Good evening, and welcome back to Los Angeles 2120. I'm Eric Campbell, your GM, and we are Callisto 6. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
How's it going? Oh man,
pretty good.
So the pre-shooting these games is actually it's got such an interestingly new dynamic to it, because like for everyone who's watching, of course you've seen us back to back, which is lovely and the way we prefer it. But with the pre-tapes, it's like I haven't seen you guys in a while.
Yeah.
Con season?
Con season, yes. But hey, we kind of just finished con season. We made it through. I mean, I know there's a few left. Is anybody going to those? Is anybody going to like PAX? Or yeah.
I am. It's also an announcement. Well, it will have passed by the time this airs.
We're excited.
Oh, yeah.
Time shenanigans.
I was at Long Beach Comic Con.
Yeah.
On the Saturday of Long Beach Comic Con. I did a panel, and I was at the booth.
How'd you do?
It was wonderful.
Did you meet any cool people?
I met so many great people. It was such a great day.
Your swag.
I got so much swag. So much. Many swag.
Oh, man.
Was it the time or just going around yours? We're like,
So when did that happen? What day was Long Beach?
That was August 31st that I was there. It's the weekend of August.
Because that sounds like a. So I don't know or not, but you might see me there too, because that sounds like a good thing to do. Like,
We might have seen you.
you might have seen me.
You might have seen me at Anime California. That was the weekend of August now. What? I don't even know what day it
Days
is.
of
I just got
future
back from
now.
Ireland.
Who
I don't
knows?
even know what time zone I'm in anymore.
Like, for reals, who knows?
Of course, by the time you
Where
see
are we?
this, Bonnie will have been back from Ireland for a few weeks now, I think. Yeah.
Sure, unless I go back.
couple
You know
days?
me.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
we do. You'll be back.
Yeah, I'm going back.
I am so glad we don't have any pertinent announcements this morning, because
I have one.
yeah, Sam.
Well, it's been so long since we're gaming, and now we get to game, and I'm excited. Woo!
I'm excited about Sam's mohawk thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited about.
I'm bringing my brother into this game.
So this is going to be an easy game for everybody tonight who's been watching Callisto 6. No tears to be shed before the camera takes us into the beginning of our episode. Does anybody have any other announcements now that we have the excitement announcement?
I'm sure we'll think of something.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Time shenanigans.
Fourth wall. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into our episode tonight of Callisto 6.
Woman, concerning the controversial use of cybernetic enhancement. The Callisto 6 have reclaimed the home once taken from them, Blue Dolphin Base. After reclaiming the base from a strike team of Cassium operatives, the team is finally able to enjoy some much-needed downtime by reconnecting with each other and their sanctuary. In this time of respite, the group is able to reaffirm their love for one another, making time for things that had been put off for too long. With this movement of restoration also came a renewed determination and a change in strategy. It has come time to take the fight to Fletcher Krauss, also known as the alien entity Von Kust. This leads to the startling discovery that downtown Los Angeles may be some kind of dimensional focal point on the verge of activation. Now the team has decided its next move. Before I sign off tonight, I want to give a personal thank you to Cass, Lacey, Hops, Oya, and of course Luma. New friends who have helped me in my time of need. Never be afraid to help others. Anyone can be a hero. Anyone. This is Hakeem Sophia. It's good to be back. Rest easy, Los Angeles.
All right, welcome back. Some pretty big revelations that got dropped. We had such a lovely episode last episode, and then those final few moments, as tend to be in our games, kind of a big revelation, but we don't really I love this. I'm trying to segue
We're
into
listening.
talking about how we basically discovered a dimensional hellmouth in the middle of Los Angeles. It was the Luma and Cass episode. Let's
A date like that? Yes, it was.
It gave me hope.
just get it all out now.
I think it gave us all hope for our romantic endeavors.
Boomcost was
that,
watching
like-
at home just going, I don't think I will destroy the world.
We'll just give it a few more days.
Yeah. I'll let 'em have
Made
some
us all
fun.
raise our standards too.
I know, right? I know. I was like, man, I gotta think of some good dates
Right?
now.
Like,
Raise our game and raise
why
our
would I
Yes.
settle for anything
Puppet
less
show
than like what
and a
I'm
B&E. Let's do this.
That's the way of my heart. Puppet show in the.
So what else happened in between
Breaking
dates?
and
I love that we should just go ahead and acknowledge we might be a little punchy because, like I said, we have not gamed together for quite a
Like
while.
we're not normally punchy.
Well, if you're just gonna
No, that's
if you're
meant
just gonna call my bluff there, Amy.
I mean,
Yes, some big revelations dropped in the final moments of last episode. The big revelation, of course, being after collecting yourselves and having a moment to breathe and really situate yourselves back at home base, this place has developed a significance to everybody because not just because it's your haven away from the city and the garish lights of the neon megatropolis that is Los Angeles and all the noise and the crowds and also your ability to sort of duck away from the prying eyes of a very powerful, very all-seeing corporate Los Angeles. This place, the way you stumbled upon it, the friends you've made in it, and how it's developed has rather sort of inadvertently suddenly become a real home, a real place, more than just a sanctuary or a secret base. This place has ended up developing into a symbol for the lives that you all started together and is sort of a symbol of your commitment to each other, as living spaces can be. Not to mention you're surrounded by some pretty gorgeous wildlife here, just 60 feet below the surface of the Pacific Ocean. Reclaiming this base has done wonders for the morale of the group. I think it's safe to say that based off of the last episode. Y'all have taken hit after hit after hit, and while you haven't gone down, it's been hard. Obviously, missing one team member has never stopped being a wound that you have all been carrying around. And even helping certain celebrities of Los Angeles find their footing and get back to where they need to go.
Who?
All of the things that have happened and just that have transpired in the past few months, the wear and tear emotionally, didn't really become apparent until you all started moving back in and realized how important this place is to you all. And some of y'all used that time to reaffirm your love for each other, and some of y'all used that time to finally address some serious issues that could not be overlooked anymore. In particular, dealing with certain teammates that may not be solid or on the level yet. Hard conversations to be had with certain AI. Certain truth bombs needing to be dropped on something that has just kind of flown under the radar this whole time. Perhaps not to Lacey, but certainly
Sam.
to other members of the group, save Oya, who, being very wary of technology at this level, couldn't help but notice the relationship that was developing between Honey Baby and Lacey. And Lacey, being the proud, loving parent that they are, may have not really seen the angle that you had seen, Oya. The way that relationship dynamic was developing outside the relationship, a forest for the trees situation, where love can sometimes cause you to overlook some stuff. And a very difficult conversation with Honey Baby in the dropship, which seems to have hinted that while Honey Baby may not be too good at expressing emotion, Honey Baby seems to be developing quite the human reactions to confrontation. It might be translated through the mind of an AI, but it's clear that Honey Baby is evolving. When you discovered them, they were drawing pictures. And they were, it's safe to say, defensive when you confronted them. All of this happening, of course, while Hops, you and Dr. Patel have had a rough time of it these past couple of weeks. Patel is becoming every day the absence of her and her daughter's life and her wife's life is becoming more and more intimately painful. And it's compounded by the fact that it seems pretty clear you are all on a collision course now with a confrontation with the being that has made your lives hell. And that has been weighing on her shoulders pretty heavily. The idea that maybe after all of this, maybe she doesn't get to see her family again. And then that has translated, of course, into Hops, who's been missing Anton. Trying to keep Anton's presence alive and healthy within the base, making sure his room will be prepared for him when he gets back, with a couple of chickens added. But
I mean,
roommate.
He's gonna hate it, but I mean, it'll be funny
right.
when it happens.
He might like it. They're excellent company.
He's not gonna like it. He's a city boy.
There's a
But you do
really
family.
there's a really bad joke to make here, and I refuse to make it.
Okay, cool.
But I can only move on if I acknowledge it, and then
We must
Okay.
acknowledge it.
what's that?
We must acknowledge it.
We must acknowledge it so I can move on. So, in the course of all of this happening, Lacey, you've managed to stay quite busy doing some data digging and trying to figure out everything you can. Essentially doing all of your recon, your intelligence work. You've been sort of you have been nonstop active, which is pretty typical for Lacey, the way Lacey's brain works. Like, just computers constantly computing. However, you did have a rather accidental breakthrough when Oya introduced her VR program and managed to inadvertently open a gateway, sort of like a portal point, across dimensions, where apparently, I believe it was Hops. Was it you? Who was it that made contact with, that saw Ollie for a split second?
Cass.
It was Cass. That's right. Yeah, Cass. You have now seen. You are the second person only to have seen Ollie at this point. Trying to backtrack, Oya, you managed to throw yourself across the barriers of dimension using that VR program, realizing that essentially what you've created is a foci, a point of entry through the walls of realities, in that you can, much like symbols of belief will function as a channel for magic, as they say. You were able to use VR and that paradigm to push yourself through another dimension to try to reach Ollie. And for whatever reason, you successfully did follow the correct path to find where Ollie might be, and all you found was a wall, a brick wall in space, dark space and time, preventing you from reaching across. You're not sure, but if you remember, there was a lot of debate on who put the wall there. But there is some suspicion that Ollie was the one that raised it. Lots of questions abound. But as we get back into tonight's episode, the biggest discovery, of course, was realizing that all of this time, there is a huge underground complex beneath central Los Angeles. And that the corporate LA machine that has constructed its mega skyscrapers in the center of the city is actually some kind of focus point for dimensional energy. And the evidence seems to suggest that it was created specifically to channel any of the radiance, also known as the Callisto 6 energy source. So when it is it is collectible ambiently and can be channeled. How? You don't know. But judging from the levels that you see and the layouts that Lacey is able to get a snapshot of and the data on, you can surmise that essentially downtown Los Angeles looks like a giant dimensional antenna capable of pulling in energies. Right out of Ghostbusters.
I don't understand that.
I ain't afraid of no
It's
ghosts.
a comic or something from the 20th century. It's
Okay.
some kind maybe a song.
Okay.
He was an alien, not a ghost.
You'll ask Anton when you see him again.
Okay.
He'll know what it is. We start tonight's story off down in Blue Dolphin Base It's been a few days now. The team has needed rest. Even though you have all been settling back into Blue Dolphin Base and settling into your dynamics once more, you needed more than a day. It's been a lot recently. So 2 days have passed. Patel has been all up in your business, Lacey, asking a bunch of questions that you would likely be asking Patel if the situations were reversed. So Patel is constantly bouncing ideas off of you and hearing your ideas, doing calculations, getting the work checked, checking your work. Like the two of you have been going back and forth, trying to figure out how to deal with the situation that you've uncovered and what it will mean with these focus points, these wounds essentially of Callisto energy that have begun to pop up and boil up in the city. Also, I want to keep in mind, Jelly Boy, as we all know, is still he is still out there, but he has been. If you remember correctly, you did give Snaps and Duke his location so they could go pick him up. You have not seen him in the news recently, so you're not sure how that has resolved. However, that footage has been making the rounds,
Of course.
nonstop. And people have taken to the television airwaves offering him movie roles if he could just come forward, like lots of ridiculous stuff. Every time you ever leave Blue Dolphin Base and walk the streets, what you'll get is pop-ups in your vision through your ocular enhanced reality vision, just like advertisements and like, hey, have you seen him? Like, you know, like everyone's basically like talent scouting. They want to find him.
And you ask me why I don't wear them. Pop-ups, hello?
Pop-ups not even once.
And that's where we begin, down in Blue Dolphin Base. We begin tonight with a large, loud, contagious yawn from Dr. Patel as she's leaning back on the sofa looking at one of her data pads and rubbing her face.
Even just talking about a yawn.
I know, I'm like, now I have to yawn. Darn you, Eric.
Yeah, I wonder
was
how many
nearby,
I got
so
home
they
with
had
that. But Patel she's rubbing her eyes and she says, all right, I can check the data again.
Okay, if you're sure.
I'm not. I don't know if I'm just trying to keep myself busy or if this is yielding results anymore.
I think you're trying to keep yourself busy.
The data seems recursive. I think I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
We need more data. More data is required.
I mean, then we have to go.
Yeah, we have to.
You know, we have calculated the focal point as effectively as we conceivably could.
We need a point of entry. That's the point. You can just drop us in there, can't you?
It's gonna be tough. It's a lot of people, but that's by far the fastest way. We just have to make sure that we're as ready as we can be. once
Should
we're
we,
there. And have bring Honey Baby for the rig, if they're willing.
Listen, this is your call, but I was thinking, if we're doing this and y'all are going in, I mean, that's the mouth of the lion. Maybe back up.
It's maybe the butt of the lion.
Like maybe get Cobalt in here, maybe see if KP is willing to lend us a cyborg again.
It's a good idea for us. I don't want to put him at risk.
What?
I don't want to put them at risk. This is a long shot.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. I'll follow your lead on that because I agree with the sentiment. Our odds go up if they're with us. We do run the risk of losing someone. I mean, all of us are gonna run the risk. We don't know what's waiting for us in there. We can see a blueprint, but this is Fletcher's lair. We were talking about when she sees your anxiety kick in, she stops for a second and you see her anxiety kick in and she goes, yeah, I know what I'm saying.
I'm going to put it to the group. I had an idea for a thing I wanted to make. Can we let this run for a little bit and I can just blow off some steam?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I need to stop looking at this.
You need to nap.
She turns off. The screen just goes into standby, and she gets up and I'm gonna see if Hops will let me use her sleep thingy.
That sounds like a lovely idea.
Yeah.
I watch and wait until she actually goes into that room to make sure that, like, see that that's what she's doing.
She is,
and
but
not
when-
get distracted or not get just.
When she walks by the computer console, she stops and she picks up a data pad and just.
Hey, shower cap. Enjoy your nap.
Thank you.
See you when you're awake.
Um,
I grab my super gross caffeine drink thing.
okay.
And I knock it back.
It's a rare moment where in the living space, it's just you. Just outside, all you see is the sunlight coming down through the surface of the water, and the occasional fish swim by the window.
I want to pull a live cam feed from an underwater research facility and put that up on the screen so as much of the screens on the base are also underwater.
You get 360 vision of Blue Dolphin Base. Blue Dolphin Base, built on the rocky face of what was once Catalina Island before it submerged. Once again reiterating that as a result of all that seismic activity and upwelling of nutrients in the water, this has become one of the most biologically rich areas in the world. Catalina always was one of the most biologically rich areas in the Pacific Ocean. But as a result, over the environmental changes and humanity pulling back from environmental disaster at the end of the last century, what you see now is a just swath of biodiversity and wildlife swimming amongst the swaying kelp bed forests that are not a few hundred yards away. Down at this depth, everything sort of takes on a more bluish color than everything else because the spectrum of light only reaches so far when you go into underwater, but it still is unable to mute the color fields that you see splayed out in every direction as natural coral reefs have begun to grow back into the area. The area surrounding Blue Dolphin Base is a biological paradise.
I want to go up and see Honey Baby.
You reach the top of the ladder. As the elevator comes to a stop, you are just on the outside of the ramp where Amelia is docked up above. Entering into the port, you see much of what Oya saw a few days ago. You see images, pencil drawings, and ink drawings pasted up onto the walls. Immediately when you look at them, you can see the computer mind capturing reality. These drawings are perfect. And you see some of them less so, a little more abstract.
Amazing.
But you can tell it's on purpose. There's still a math to it. It's still kind of lines are drawn incorrectly, but you can tell from just with your brain being connected to technology, you can tell that these images were deliberately tried to make look abstract. Honey Baby seems to be trying impressionism.
Brilliant. I mean, imitating a style is pattern recognition, effectively.
Yes.
These things look alike. You analyze the technique, the pressure, the position. It's brilliant.
Interesting to try different techniques like this. That definitely stands out a little bit. And Honey Baby, you just hear the servos working as Honey Baby swivels around and looks at you. Operator Lacey.
It's good to see you.
It is good to see you. Stomps over. 11 feet of steel and Duraplate war droid comes to a stop and looks down at you. How are you feeling today, Operator Lacey?
Well, I was just looking out through the base cams and I was thinking that I might want to go for a dive and I thought I might...
The chest cavity opens up and immediately you see within that essentially that seated area that's just big enough for you to just slide right into and initiate a link up. Honey Baby immediately bends over and responding to the bend as Honey Baby comes down a little closer to you. Phoenix goes... Aurora, sorry. Phoenix is the real life. Sorry, nothing personal, Phoenix. That's great. This is your PC, Phoenix. That's what we're gonna roll.
I'm gonna build you a character sheet, baby. Oh, thank you for bringing me so much joy.
Aurora essentially and loads you in.
Good. I wanted to know if you wanted to come too. Lovely.
Did you want Aurora as well?
I was
or-
saying to Honey Baby.
Oh, okay. I see. So
So we're going to go into the airlock, and I can just portal out from there into the water.
Okay. Okay. So we'll just say I'm not gonna like this. Being that we're in a narrative scene right now, I'm certainly not gonna charge you anything from your pool for using portals. So just
I think because it's a point I can see, it's far step that gets eaten by my edge.
yeah, it's fine. Moments later, bubbles begin to flood out as the airlock opens, and it's of course it begins to. The airlock begins to flood, and you watch as the water level just goes up and up and up and up and up until you are surrounded by the salty blue water of the Pacific Ocean, until finally you hear the and then the doors silently slide open, and you see the vast blue of the ocean in front of you. And immediately, Honey Baby, these muted footsteps, these thudding metal feet as you step out onto the slippery rocks. Honey Baby, however, just the foot of Honey Baby can fold down and grasp like sort of like a monkey's foot, just and Honey Baby just and the doors close behind. You are out in the open water now. Immediately, because of Honey Baby's ocular lens, which is glowing green, you attract the attention of a couple of barracuda that begin to just stare at you as you walk. Fish scatter, and on occasion you will see the couple of forms of sea lions like darting through the kelp beds, looking at you curiously as you.
I'm going to let Honey Baby pilot and explore
Okay.
and get some time with them
Oh, okay. So you want to have a scene with Honey Baby?
because
Or
I heard you talk with Oya.
correct. Friendly Oya came up and had a conversation with me.
I remember it being about whether or not you were willing to have her VR rig with you for the mission, but she
Lacey,
came back and it didn't seem like that
Your
was what it
voice,
was about.
your voice begins to trail off because you, as you're speaking to Honey Baby, you realize Honey Baby's just lied to you.
About friendly?
Yeah. Oya's been designated a neutral. And as Honey Baby tells you that, you're watching the protocols come up, and it's like, it's data. So it's flying across as you're listening to Honey Baby talk. Honey Baby says one thing, thinks another, as they say that, and continues walking.
I post up the log output that I just saw right in front of both of us.
Honey Baby comes to a stop.
Why?
Dead silence.
Okay. You don't have to tell me right now. You can be mad at her. I don't know what it was about. But if you want to talk it through, I'm around.
Honey Baby stands there and says nothing. It's very unusual. Doesn't move. At this point, fish begin to gather because now it's not as scary when it's not moving.
Do you like it out here?
And the silence just stretches. Maybe about close to 5 minutes, if you say nothing, just pass with Honey Baby standing there, still as a statue. Long enough time for a couple of cleaner shrimp to start making their way across Honey Baby's legs. They're so tiny that there's no way you would have spotted them except your perceptions of how Honey Baby's body works. You can immediately zoom in and see these little cleaner ship. Unfortunately, not finding really anything on Honey Baby's body, but doing a damn good job of searching for those microbes. And then finally, Honey Baby says, Operator Lacey, what is anger?
I I don't know if I'm the best one to ask about it. I'm not very good at it. Or I don't deal with it well. Why do you ask?
There is only a 25% probability that what I am experiencing is anger,
How are you calculating that?
based off of profiles that I have created by analyzing each team member. You see all these files pop up of how Luma reacts when she's angry, how Cass reacts when she's angry, how Hops reacts, just like all the way down the
I
list.
never thought of this. This is brilliant.
There is a full psych profile that is being constructed
Oh, boy.
by Honey
Oh, Jesus. Cat's anger, page 3. Cat's anger, page 7. Cat's anger, page 12.
Yeah. However, the least information is on Oya. It looks like Oya has the most scattered file.
She's a cipher.
What's that?
She's a cipher to him.
Yeah. And Honey Baby says, I do not have the data to properly communicate what it is that I am experiencing.
Is there something you want to do about it? Is there some way that you want to change your behavior or how other people are around you?
My initial instinct is to deactivate until I can be reprogrammed.
Then it sounds like you're feeling a very strong emotion if you want to have such an extreme reaction. I know I always want to take really big steps when I'm feeling really bad.
Curious.
Well,
There is perhaps a danger to finding oversimplified solutions to dynamic issues such as this.
you learn more from exploring the more complex ones.
How can I explore more complex ones? With ding ding taps the chest, so you actually hear the with a friend. Is this correct?
It's certainly a very good way. Therapists are helpful.
Are there robot therapists in Los Angeles?
Yes. Well, I mean, internationally, yes. Those algorithms were some of the earliest uses of AI. I pull up the history of Eliza and all of that stuff.
There's actually a very famous robotic therapist that has their own television show here in Los Angeles. Dr. Zell has been known to handle some pretty incredible case files and and has been at the center of controversy over how well Dr. Zell does their job. It's also been controversial that Dr. Zell performs their job so well because all of their knowledge is programmed and is not technically a doctor, but has all of the accumulated knowledge of multiple doctorates. So as you are bringing this up, Honey Baby is just quietly looking at all of this and says, perhaps I shall make an appointment with this doctor.
Why do you still call me operator? We're friends. I don't operate you. I'm not the boss of you.
Would you like me to call you something else?
I think names are indicative of what we want to be in the world, and I don't want to be your operator. I want to be your friend.
Then I have questions about how you treat other machines.
Okay.
I have noticed that you have the tendency of making machines do your commands. Is this accurate?
Yes.
I will need to process this.
Usually not intelligent ones.
That has been noticed.
Does it make you uncomfortable?
Negative.
Okay.
I too use machines. Like the human body, I have multiple, brings up the hand, says, I have multiple servos outputs that I am using at my disposal. Technically millions of miniature machines working my body all at once. I use them the same way you use yours. You are difficult to understand Lacey. The others are human beings, but you are beginning to become something else.
Yeah.
You are beginning to become more like me, while I am beginning to become more like you.
Sometimes I kind of feel like I don't fit in anywhere anymore.
Honeybaby's head suddenly snaps to the right, and you see a sea lion who got too close immediately dart away. And then all the sea lions just suddenly starts darting away. And the two of you just stand out there amongst the swaying kelp bed forest.
Dr. Patel says we need to have as many people with us on this mission as are willing. Would you come with us?
Yes.
Thank you.
There is no need to thank me, but I will accept your gratitude all the same. Thank you for pulling me from the water. Before that happened, I was a castaway built only for destruction. You have helped me find a new path.
I look forward to seeing where you take it. And I'm always here if you want to go weird places.
I hope not to disappoint you when the time comes.
I hope so. But if you do sometimes, I'll still love you.
And Honeybaby seems to process that, but doesn't reply.
Yeah. I'll mark quietly in a text file that whenever you want to go in, I'm ready as well. I'm also going to mark a schematic of the idea that I had and pop a poll of, are you interested in helping me make this?
Okay.
For Sweet Baby.
Okay.
Just not really an outright conversation, but just like, if you want to look at this file, here's a thing here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So as we pull away, the form of Honeybaby just moving throughout the reef, being very careful not to touch anything, and stepping over some stones, testing every footfall to make sure there's not a crab underneath the sand, and moving. What is everyone else doing?
That was cool.
I want another record that Bonnie's the one who hit the table when you said thank you for pulling me from the water. It wasn't me.
Sorry, I was just like,
It was very emotional.
I was just having moments. I'm like, that's what I'm doing. I'm just like in my room going, something's happening. What's happening? I'm gonna assume I'm probably gonna be in the training room,
Okay.
just doing what I do, and Dr. Patel's probably, I'm assuming, gonna walk by, and I'm gonna see them and just immediately know they need a nap.
She takes and says, not to get too far ahead of myself, but we're gonna need to have a big group meeting because I think Lacey and I have figured out what we gotta do. Listen. I like I said, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but this could be our shot. I don't know how yet. I'm gonna have to coordinate that with Oya, but this could be our shot. We've never taken the fight to Fletcher directly before, so I just wanted to, give you some time to mentally prepare for that, because it seems like whether we confront him or not, it seems like we're headed to his house. So.
Yeah, I figured. Well, then I guess we just have to be as ready as we can be.
Yeah. In many ways, this whole waiting thing is worse. But anyway.
Well, thanks for the update. Now take a nap. Trust me, take it from someone who needs a constant reminder. Go take a nap.
Yeah. We should do that meeting pretty soon, though.
Okay.
I'm only going to be out for about an hour, and then and she
Okay.
goes, steps out of the hallway.
I'm gonna start hitting again, and then stop, and instead put down my staff and sit and try and do one of the meditations I read in Anton's book.
As you inhale and start releasing in and out,
It's so stupid. It's hard.
the inhale and exhale, it's
Can I
next to
arrive at-
impossible.
Yeah.
Can I arrive at that moment?
Yeah.
Because I had been planning to come. I heard all the crashing, so I was going to come join you. And then when I walk in and see you, I pull the towel off my shoulder. Can I sit in?
Sure. How does he do this all the time?
I don't know.
Okay. We can hit things after. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I need to practice my dodging.
Oh, yeah.
You showed me that thing. No, we're not supposed to talk.
Okay, sure. See, now I'm hungry. Damn it. Okay. Because now I just want a marshmallow. And this is not fun. Okay. That helps.
And we just try.
For anybody who would be watching you on the outside, they would see you both finding some measure of peace, and Cass's hair slowly starting to stand on end as you reach out and touch her.
Even more badass now.
I think it's working.
I'm feeling an energy.
All my chakras are aligned.
Yeah. What is everyone else doing before we move into the next
What time of day is it?
I would say it's getting close to late afternoon.
Okay.
Also siesta. I'll come find you. And I just knock knock. I have coffee. I'm full of like 20 burned waffles right now, and I just need to sit. Can you just tell me a story or tell me what you're working on? I don't care. I kind of miss just hearing computer talk. Where's Lacey?
Speaking of computer talk.
Oh gosh.
You okay? You up all night or something?
I'm good. Did you have one of Lacey's waffles? They're great.
Not yet. I'm going to a family barbecue today. Wanna come?
Really?
Yeah. I think we could all use a break from all of this crazy before it gets even more crazy.
I would love to.
Okay. I think
A
Cass is gonna
barbecue?
come
Is
too.
this like a yearly, monthly, daily thing?
Not yearly, monthly, daily. None of those. Maybe
None.
monthly or so.
Monthly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds lovely.
Get to meet your extended family. Because Cass is my family and my family is her family, so they're also your family. You're like my sister.
Wow. I got a big family.
Yeah, because you're Italian, right? Yeah, Italians and Latinos, we all have a lot of cousins and stuff.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, you met him. Mm-hmm. That's only some of them. There's like 8 cousins on Lacey and I's block alone.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I asked about daily, monthly, yearly.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Because you never know.
It's
There's
true.
always a dinner or a barbecue
it's true.
or a feast of some kind.
Someone's hosting something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
How they doing?
What, my family?
Yeah,
They're good.
yeah.
I haven't really told them about what's going on.
Really?
Yeah, I just drop in often enough. My parents think I just moved out and found a place and I'm working freelance VR jobs, which is all sort of true.
I gotta get better at that specific kind of telling.
Yeah, you just kind of leave out certain details, let them fill in the rest.
It's just you tell truth. Mm-hmm. Truth.
I think my dad probably knows. I mean, he's had a lot more exposure to all the C6 media out there than my mom has.
Has he reached out at all?
Not about that.
Yeah.
He hasn't said anything, but when I see him, in his eyes, I can tell.
Do you think he's cool with it?
I don't know. Part of me feels weird that he hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
But I know if I bring it up, I'll just get a lecture about how unsafe it is and how, like, who do you think you are? What are you doing? Like, you're gonna get yourself killed or get somebody else killed.
Trust me, I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this is his way of silently supporting you so that he doesn't have to give you that talk.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, you'll get to meet him.
Great, more food!
I will have a waffle too.
I might have eaten them all. Let me go check. Do you want some coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So when you move back into the kitchen area,
Yeah.
you see Moonlight is pouring a cup of coffee for Sal, and Sal's staring at it rather confused, and she hands it to him, and he looks at it and says, and she signs to him, and he kind of furrows his brow and looks for a second, and she signs a little slower, and he nods and says,
I don't actually drink it.
You don't?
Oh, hi, Luma.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sal. Good morning, Moonlight.
Moonlight turns and looks at both of you and signs, apparently he doesn't drink it.
What do you do with it?
I make it.
But you always walk away with a cup at least.
You never know when someone wants one.
King Sal.
Moonlight waves her hand and signs, don't think it's too sweet. I've been cleaning up coffee mugs everywhere.
Okay.
We gotta get you some cozies or something.
And then she signs, Patel looked anxious, more so than usual, went to take a nap and is going to be up soon, wants to talk to everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
How you doing?
And she signs slowly and deliberately, like she's working through her thoughts as she's talking to you. And she says, I haven't wanted to talk about it because I didn't want to be insensitive to everyone else. But my life has been very different from everyone else's. It's tied to what needs to be done. I want this to end. Sal's keeping me distracted. And I love him for that. But more than anything, I want this to be over. I don't care what it takes or what I will have to go through to get it done.
You know, you don't have to keep using I. We're gonna help. We are gonna do this together. And it doesn't have to cost everything.
I know that, and she looks away for a second like you've caught her, but a few moments later she glances back to you and says, hope is important to me too. And so is this team. I'm reconciling all of this with the fact that if it takes my death, I will do it if that's what brings him down. That's how determined I am. But I'm not... I caught myself feeling like that was the only way to get it done. But I've fixed that. She squints at you for a second. She said, I found... my experience has taught me that there are more than one ways of seeing the world. And that sometimes it can be a great strength to question yourself compassionately. And she smiles and says, anyway, this doesn't have to end with someone dying.
No. The big hope is that we get a little bigger.
She looks at Sal and she angles away so he can't see what she's going to sign. And she looks at you and she says, you've all become very dear to me. You're my first family. You chose me. And you showed me a world of forgiveness and second chances and restoration and all of these wonderful things that I now know about. Oniko doesn't die until he does.
I respect that.
She seems to shut the down as you're about to open. She just does a short nod.
But before you leave, none of us can ever imagine what you went through. But the decision to kill Oniko only rests on you. No other external force has the control or power to do that. Killing something else outside of yourself isn't gonna kill anything inside. You left Oniko a long time ago. We've seen it. That person doesn't exist already.
You can see the muscles in her jaw clenching and unclenching as she's listening to you. A tense moment passes when it's broken suddenly by the very childlike inquiry of,
Who's Oniko?
Sal, hearing you speak out loud. She signs up to him, no one, and goes back to refilling the coffee and says, let's make a new batch. Patel's going to want some when she wakes up, and begins to pour in more grinds. But she does kind of give one last glance at you for a second and blinks away like she heard you. Seems like she heard you.
Okay.
You're really getting a good look at how much rage is boiling under that surface.
Yeah. When she responds to Sal saying no one, I just want to say to Sal, it was someone that brought us someone very special to us. And then I just want to give a quick tap on Moonlight's shoulder. And
She just pauses.
And then let her
Okay.
be.
Her pause, she just sits there, and as your touch pulls away, she's distracted for just a moment until she realizes that coffee grounds are spilling over into her palm, and Sal's just looking at her going,
You okay?
and hands it and says, I'm fine, and takes it back and smiles, putting on the face for Sal, and says, come on, let's do this, and starts making the next pot. If nothing else, then we can skip to about an hour later. People are starting to gather in the main living area. Honey Baby is there and smells suspiciously of seawater and is mildly damp at this point.
There's a piece of kelp stuck to Honey Baby's back.
Just dangling off. So that
Like,
definitely...
right in the kick me sign position.
I want to say dodging practice went pretty well, but there's a nice scorch mark on my left shoulder because it's work in progress.
Mild steam rising.
You'll be fine.
That was a good one.
Yeah. You were quick. Not quick enough.
So
You look
Patel...
relaxed.
Patel comes wandering back into the room and says, "Oh my goodness, we're all here. Okay." So Lacey and I wanted to chat with y'all about some stuff that we've been looking at, some stuff that we've discovered.
Does it smell like the ocean in here?
Yeah.
It's kind of
mean-
refreshing.
Oh, I thought that
We
was.
don't have a leak.
We're in the ocean.
Oh. Smells even more like home.
There's no leak, right?
There's no leak.
I have no sense of smell, but I am not detecting any dangerous fumes.
Thank you.
Great.
I think
Sorry.
someone went for a swim.
It's been a while. So, we've localized the point below downtown as accurately as we can. That seems to be the focal point for this gateway that utilizes all and harnesses all of these knots of Callisto 6 energy that have been detected across the city. I think we know where that is now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go, right? We go, we get Anton back, we shut whatever portal thing.
It's worth bringing up, and this is all my fault. I need to correct some of the data. I have been looking at a lot of the energy readings. I can't confirm that the energies that are nodding up all over LA are actually Callisto 6 in origin. They're definitely the Callisto energy source.
Right, they're not refined. I misspoke. Thank you.
No, that I did too. So I'm just, there's so many, the Radiant and the Callisto 5 and Callisto 6, and there's you, and she points at Sal and goes, me, and she says yes, and
You're special.
just having trouble keeping track of all this. Multiple Kylans, it's like
Fletcher spoon cost. is
Fletcher's
crap,
spoon costs.
is
like, who came up with this
Sure.
crap? My God, how do they keep it together?
well. Clearly they don't. This is some dimensional.
Multiple reality BS.
Yeah.
So the point to this is that, first of all, I can conclusively say that this is going to have an effect on the city, and there's nothing we can do about that. It's just going to.
The knots or the gate?
The knots. There's a good chance that the next generation of children born in Los Angeles, I estimate about 5% of them at least will exhibit some kind of enhancement.
Whoa.
But would it be safe? Like,
Yeah.
not the unstable kind, right?
Well,
Like,
if it's
that'll kill them.
So it's important to keep in mind that the other versions of the Callisto energy source that we were using as tests were not refined, and they were killing the subjects, as you well know, except for Callisto 5, which was close.
Right.
However, this is not a full injection of the Callisto energy. They're not getting exposed to it as in the same capacity that test subjects were, which is why I theorize, and this is only a theory, but I theorize that they'll actually be okay. What I've discovered is that the greater the enhancement, the more, it's not accurate to call it that, but toxicity essentially to the human
Unstable.
body.
Okay.
Yes. The instability of the radiance inside a human body without the refinement is deadly. In this case, being exposed to it could have these effects. In other words, in the next 5 or 10 years, we might start seeing.
Super babies?
It's possible, yes. It won't be
Your
anything.
job just got a lot harder.
Yes, it did.
I will say this.
Gonna be a great teacher for it, though.
Unless. Wait, what? Patel stops and says, "Wait, what? I'm sorry, I missed that. There was a joke."
Oh,
Super
sorry.
babies.
She's a teacher.
Kindergarten teacher.
Oh, right. Yes. You're a teacher?
Well, I mean, not right now.
No.
I've still got a few more hours.
Good for you.
Certified, but
Teacher is what turned me into a scientist.
really?
I need water.
I'm gonna make a bunch of superheroes, apparently.
Anyway, the point is that even though it is very likely we'll see a very small population of enhanced humans, it's not going to be anything like you guys. It'll be enhancements, but it won't necessarily be. You know, they won't be able to carry a flying transport, for example.
Maybe just float some cereal.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the full extent, and I honestly don't know. There's a lot of implications. it's a whole nother. It's not that it would be impossible to reach the levels that you guys would reach, but I would need more data.
Okay, well,
That very much sounds like future Dr. Patel's problem.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to get to. The point to all of this is that, yes, Lacey and I have discovered that these ruptures of Callisto energy that have begun to invisibly appear throughout the city, these little focal points, they definitely seem connected to the train explosion that Tails set off, but they also seem.
oh yeah.
They also seem relatively connected to. It would seem that judging from my sample size, it would seem like every time Callisto energy is used in any capacity, ever since that train eruption, that it has enhanced the strength of these coalesced points. Do you know what I mean?
So anytime we use our powers,
It's not just you. It's also every time Snaps did a run, or anytime the Blob Kid did his thing. Anytime there was an experiment going on at corporate LA where they were trying to enhance the Callisto. It's not just you guys. It's anybody who's been trying to or has been using the Callisto energy.
So we're inadvertently juicing up the gate?
Well, it's not your fault. It's Tails' fault, technically, because Tails blew up that bomb that was supposed to be initially a trap to lure
That
use.
in turn,
It just set off a
It's
chain
Callisto.
reaction. And the release of the Callisto energy into the air of the city has set off an effect. And I have a couple of theories about. I have a couple of theories about this, but none of them can be corroborated unless we can reach across dimensions and get more evidence.
Yep, nope, that's what we're doing now.
Brings us back
Let's
to.
just go. We're going to the portal. We're going to use the rig. We're going to get Anton, and then we worry about this.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm in.
We gotta
Screw
get
it.
Anton back.
No more knowing. No more. We've got our goals. Stop telling us things are our fault.
They're not your fault. They're my fault. All of this is my fault.
You weren't the big, giant, evil super corporation. You were part of it, yes, but that wasn't you.
Callisto 6 is all me. I refined it. This is not important right now. We can.
It was at the beck and call of the evil corporation you were under.
You're trying to
We're
help.
not
The
gonna
world
let you
was
take
broken
blame for this.
before you got here. What are you gonna do now?
I didn't have to do my job as well as I did it.
They would have
And
found
you
someone
would've
else to
let-
do it.
And you would have let a lot of people die.
Patel, your guilt is holding you back. Just come on, just listen to us. It's not your fault. I will scream it at you until you hear it, okay? It's not your fault.
Go see your wife.
Go see your wife. Let that guilt go and let's get this done.
What they said. They did that a lot better than yeah.
You deserve better than this, Patel.
This is really not relevant right now. You should really be focusing on.
It is.
We don't
if
need
it's
you
holding
anymore.
you back.
Go see your family.
You do need me.
Why?
Because not even Lacey knows the Callisto energy the way I do.
Doesn't matter. We're gonna have to figure it out in the middle of it anyway.
You were
Go see
walking
your
into the
family.
lair of somebody who knows how to manipulate
Cool,
this.
we have a comm link.
We need you to be well and take care of
We're going
your
to the
own health.
moon. Go home. We don't need you on the moon with us.
Do you understand what you're going into?
No.
Right.
You don't either, really.
Guys, listen, she sets down the data pad. She said, I see what you're doing, and I love you for it. I do. Thank you. You're right. I've been hanging on to this, and I need to get the hell over it. I get that. But the die is cast. We're playing for the entire game now. This is it. If we do this, everything is on the line now.
Yes.
There's no point in going home to my wife if it means I can enhance her chances of having a future, if it means I can be with you guys. There's no way I am going home to her right now.
But you aren't. You're putting yourself in danger because you need to feel like you're doing something because you feel guilty about the things that you already did that were bad, and you're trying to make up for it later.
Yeah.
But
Bye. We'll see you soon.
You're not
Stay.
throwing me off of this mission.
Stay on comm. You're not off the mission. You're just gonna stay.
You're not good to us, Desperate. You need to see your family.
I can see them when this is done. You see the anger beginning to rise in her face. Her hand starts to tremble just a little bit as she's holding the data pad.
You want to fix it? This is how you fix it.
Are you going to shut me out? You going to tell me I can't go with you?
Yes. Because if this all goes wrong, you don't want to not have seen them.
Fine. She turns on the heel and leaves the room. You see her walk back down to her quarters and steps in. You notice Moonlight just exhales.
That was the right thing to do, Lacey.
Is she angry?
She's hurt.
I'll get bandage.
And Moonlight says, I'll handle, and walks after Sal.
I can portal her before we leave if she's willing.
Yeah. And anything she was gonna tell us under the sea, she can tell us from there.
That's not the point. She wanted to be there with us. She wasn't going to stay at the base.
Yeah.
All
But
I
in
know.
terms of other, oh sorry,
Oh, no, it's okay.
she did suggest that we call in other people, like Kostya and Cobalt.
We should invite Duke and Jelly Baby.
We did promise Duke the next time we smashed Corpse, we'd invite her along. Okay, I'll send the invite.
I don't want Snaps to be using his.
All right, you cast a wide net, and the responses you get back are so typically them. Kotsuchi just says, sure. Is risk of death high?
Yes.
I'll bring the whiskey.
Yes.
Not the vodka, the whiskey.
Yes.
Make sure that everyone knows sacrifice that I make. Cobalt leans in to the screen, and he's looking around to make sure KP isn't around to hear it, and he just says, yes.
I pop in behind the screen of that. Also, I need to talk to you later. It's a separate thing, but it's not about death. Okay.
Is it about Charlie?
Well, a little, maybe.
Is it about Charlie and KP?
It is now. What?
Oh no, they should tell you. No. And I will see you soon. And just disconnects.
Called it.
You just see this look on Cobalt's face of just like, oops, and then just disconnects.
Wow.
Someone has a silver fox problem.
Message Xion, make it clear that it is a courtesy message, so that they are more than welcome to refuse and stand by their kids, but I wouldn't want to not invite them. I message Hakeem Sophia, also point out that any intel or information that may have been gathered under nefarious circumstances obviously doesn't pertain to you. Full stop.
So Xion flat out says, I really wish I had it in me to say yes, but I would ask if you can think of anything I can do outside of this in case things go a little sideways.
We'll be in touch.
Keep me posted. I do want to help, but
Yeah,
that's a lot for me.
absolutely. Understood. Thank you so much.
Sophia, on the other hand, Sophia
I have to just psych myself up for like 2 minutes before we call her.
Yeah.
It's too big a deal. Is it okay that I text her? Like, are we concerned that I text
Yeah.
her?
I mean,
Yes.
you want to be like
First name.
casual, but
Okay.
not too.
She said first name basis.
Sophia. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So maybe like a hey
We saw
instead
her
of
dressing
a hello.
room.
Don't send
That's
her a
like intimate.
message, okay?
You've technically seen her skeleton. It's super intimate.
We've seen her skeleton.
I'm so chill. I'm the most chill.
I can do it. I have no idea. I really don't care. I'll send her a chill message.
Sophia nods and
Yo.
she says, let me know what you need. Anything specific. I have the ability to get a very loud message out. If you're playing for all the chips, I'm not exactly worried about my career if I, say, hijack the airwaves for something.
That might come in handy.
I'll make a note. I also want to build a quick message in a bottle.
Okay.
And
Is this like the message, the moon message kind of thing, where you're just kind of like basically leaving something behind in case things go wrong?
no,
Okay.
a message in a bottle that I'm going to drop over the side into the dark.
Okay.
It would take a team of hundreds, if not thousands, of hackers to crack it open. Big waves coming.
Okay. Okay.
Oh boy.
Next up is Synapse. And Duke, of course, is with him. And he just goes, wow. Finally. Yeah. Let's kill this son of a bitch. Or whatever superhero thing you feel is appropriate. But if it involves me beating him to within an inch of his life, then I'll take that as a courtesy as well.
Oh no, if we get that close.
And then you hear, oh no, I'm killing him. No.
Yeah.
Just
If you snipe at Moonlight, we'll never forgive you.
Synapse turns and looks back at the screen and goes, all right, you've got me. And then he gets shoved off of the screen and you see this green face just like this. Hey, I'm totally going with the name Jelly Baby now. Check this out. He like pulls up a package of what was once gummy bears, and there are all these green versions of him in this multi-flavored like suits. He's like, it's my first copyrighted candy.
Great.
Wow.
Dude, I made a shirt of you. I just switched into the shirt.
I'm Jelly Baby. Whatever you guys were calling me before. Jelly Baby.
Wait, what was the name before?
Oh no, don't tell him. That's dead. That's dead. Jelly Baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it
Jelly
like
Baby.
Ronald or something?
No, it wasn't that. I mean,
we
that's
know
a
his
noble
real
name,
name.
but no.
Oh,
You see,
forgot
Snap
his real
slowly pushes him aside and says, "You know, I don't know much about the world, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna get sued for using that name on this candy." But yeah,
Your
the point-
copyright is bullshit.
The point is all three of us are in.
All right.
all right.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna do this.
Recon?
Recon. Okay. All right. I would like to see if I can do remote viewing 17 miles underneath Los Angeles.
So you can. This is what I'm gonna rule. And this kind of goes for everybody. You guys are tier 5, except Lacey, are you tier 6 now, or are you tier 5?
Give me a minute.
So at this level of power, you guys are basically pulling in at Justice League level, like top tier Ultimate Avengers like style power levels, right?
Yes.
As a result of that, when you start using these higher abilities, they're going to have a bigger effect on the world around you. Not negative. They're just going to have a bigger effect. So Oya, using these abilities that you have gaining this much power, it's going to start manifesting. Your power is going to become extremely obvious. Like your anima is going to be very obvious to everyone around you.
Make waves.
Yeah. So it's not that subtle glow anymore when you use your abilities. You guys are beacons of power now as you've leveled up this much. So taking a seat.
Moonlight nearby to catch the ambient.
Yeah.
Taking a seat, you close your eyes and you are going to focus specifically where? because it is 17 miles down.
Yeah.
Are you just because the
Patel and I have calculated out a focal point based on the relative positions of all of those things.
easy to do with
So I can
with
give
the
a
data that y'all
precise,
have?
like...
It's not a problem to get there. What you are discovering is because of 17 miles down is this complex that connects all of the buildings in Los Angeles, and you can see a huge network that is mind-bogglingly complex of technology building up to the bottom of these buildings. Lacey, it is even difficult for you to process how much has been built and constructed because a lot of it is clearly alien. There are leaps in logic made to some of the constructions and materials that are being used that do not look familiar. In other words, for you, it's like an astronomer looking at the night sky without a telescope. You can identify it, you can see it, but there's just so much of it that your brain is processing. Oh my God, processing. Like,
But I've seen examples of this before because I specifically saw alien tech, like in Oniko.
Yes, absolutely. It does have a familiarity to it, and that's how you're able to. Oh, that's why this is so much to look at.
Okay. It's the same sort of alien signature. Tech-wise.
The complex that is 17 miles down is multi-floored. It looks like there's about 7 floors.
Okay.
And it is large. It's about the size. It's about the size of a small building, essentially, with a huge complex underneath it. Looks like a very large dome-like room.
Okay. Yeah.
So any one of those floors, you can go to.
Probably dome room, right?
Yeah. The dome room is the focal point within that complex, or you feel like the focal
Yes.
point? Okay. So somewhere near that focal point.
Where's
Okay.
the power source?
The dome room, then. You're going to look inside.
Dome room.
Which, by the way, the dome room is essentially like this just large C-shaped area of a blueprint on the map in your head, Lacey. But it is the final floor at the very bottom. It's just this huge bowl.
Like big accelerator energy.
Kind of, yeah. It's almost like where the particles fired away kind of thing. So you're going to project yourself down there?
Bowl or dome?
Bowl.
Okay.
But it is bowl when it's connected to the rest of the complex, but the room itself goes up into a dome shape. Do you see what I'm saying? So it is
Yeah.
multi-floored, and it's like a huge sphere that's been plugged into the bottom of a building.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So is the dome room? I'm sorry. The dome room is literally the dome part, not the bowl part.
So the room is a dome, but it comes off like a bowl at the bottom of the lab because the last levels of the building are the bottom half of the sphere, essentially. So the rest of it is a dome. I should have said sphere, but the way it's manifesting, the way you're going to experience it is in these sectional, yeah. So,
Okay. Got it. Yeah. So I'll go to the dome room.
okay, so the bottom level then,
bottom level.
which is the bowl area. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need to roll anything or spend anything?
So it's a 6 intellect spend. My edge will take 3 away.
Okay.
And since it's far, I'm happy to. Well, I guess. Never mind. I was gonna say I would spend effort, but that doesn't apply here. I guess.
Okay. So
Music change.
you all.
That's dark music.
You watch as Oya takes. Everyone gets quiet as Oya takes her seat. You fold your hands in. You start remembering when you first had these powers, Oya, when you were first getting them. You remember how you were able to channel them through your knowledge of Santeria and how you were able to use focal points in your own psyche to manipulate reality. You've grown even beyond the normal capacity to just use foci. Now you are experiencing the world as the world experiences itself. You can feel the ebb and flows of time. All it takes is for you just to reach out and start to pluck those strings. And you begin to sink into it. Everyone's watching Oya do this. And remember, in the beginning, it manifested as this reddish, purplish energy, like outlining. And there was this sort of effect of like space-time warping around Oya. But this time, you see Oya leave the floor as she begins to levitate upwards. The purplish energy doesn't just outline her body anymore. Instead, it becomes this aura that forms around her. And in the aura, all of you, it's difficult to look at because what you see within the aura is time, like a spinning globe passing around her. You see things that haven't been seen by humankind in thousands of years. In one instance, you see a car driving down the road, a 1970s Charger driving down an empty dirt road. The next second, you see a Roman general in discussions with what looks like somebody in furs across a big gilded table. You are getting snapshots of the history of the world as it spins around Oya. She basically sinks into the way Lacey sinks into a computer. Oya sinks into all of it. You find your point in time, Oya, and use that as a funnel to reach out through your own particular point to reach another point in your time. And space opens up in front of you as you project yourself forward. At first, your vision is a little cloudy at first, and you can't tell if you're in darkness. But it slowly starts coming into vision. And as this is happening, as you found your point, you see that globe begins to stop spinning and it falls away, and you are all seeing wispy ghost-like images of what Oya is seeing. Oya, as the darkness begins to pull away from your eyesight, you find yourself inside of a large chamber. Inside this chamber, the chamber itself must be about 100 feet high. It is largely empty. It looks, if you can, try to picture like the inside of Cerebro. It looks very similar, where it's just this large dome-like looking room with metal panels all over the walls. But some of these panels look different from each other. They're not uniformed. But it is this smooth room, cavernous. You are aware that you're hovering above a catwalk of some kind that leads out into this room. But there are multiple walkways that lead out into what looks like a very large platform. But what catches your eye, really, is in the center of this room, dangling from hundreds and thousands of cables and wires, is the body of Vunkos. You see this skeletal, ancient-looking dimensional being plugged in. All of these wires, you see metal attached to the body. It is an amalgamation of the creature that you glimpsed the few times that you've had the encounter. Probably about 80 feet high. His physical body manifesting outside of dimensional space looks almost incomprehensible. It is a gray-like form, and you can't tell if it's a natural state, but you do see a skeleton, like a skeletal frame underneath skin that has been pulled by the ages across these bones. A featureless space that comes down to a point, but almost seems to warp when you look at it. Like it's hard to actually comprehend the face. The eyes do glow, but you're not sure if they're from the activity of Vunkos themselves or it's from all of the energy that's being pulled into it. You do see a couple of scientists down below. This body is just dangling sort of in this position. If you didn't know any better, you would think that perhaps this device is holding it together. Holding the body of Vunkos together. And your sense of space and time, the times that you have been near Vunkos, the presence is unmistakable. It's overpowering. But now, in front of this, what looks like a husk of Vunkos, you only feel like this soft wisp, like a distant feeling that they're there. Not that they're in front of you like you see. No one is aware of your presence. Lots of scientists moving through here, though. Lots of them moving around, doing calculations. Do
Do I see any entry points?
Yes. There's an entry point in the back of the facility. And it's notable not just because you see the doorway, this large doorway. It's notable because in front of the doorway, talking to a scientist, is Kylan Cross, who's standing there listening intently with one of the scientists talking to him. And he's nodding. And they're speaking to each other, but you can't make out what they're saying.
Is that the only entryway?
That you can see, yes.
And is there security, locks, security, bolstered doors, or fortified doors of any kind?
Nothing visually that you can detect.
And quick question. We can see like bits of this.
Bits of it, but in the hazy images
Yeah.
of this sphere that has enveloped Oya, it's difficult to make out what it is you're looking at. I will say though, the familiarity of Kylan, that is easy to spot. When you see Oya's vision turn and you see the doorway and you
Okay.
see
So I can see Kylan.
you see Kylan Cross talking to a CEO.
I want to study him. I want to
Okay.
start understanding this person that we've been.
It's so easy.
Great.
You've been, I mean,
Then I start understanding him.
anybody who's watching Luma just watches this look pass over her face. She just kind of raises her chin and stares with a quirked eyebrow. Every word coming out of Kylan's mouth can't be understood, but it doesn't seem to be any concern to Luma, who's just absorbing every mannerism, every skin twitch, every raise of the eyebrow. Every time Kylan shifts his weight on his feet, everything is data.
Yeah.
I brought a barbell in with me, and I'm crumpling it like tinfoil.
Okay, just
And I'm just looking at the body hanging.
yeah, it's what you saw. It looks like the corpse of what you saw. Again, 80 feet of an 80-foot creature that has been bound by technology. It looks like it's being held together by cybernetics and by wiring, but none of this technology, from what you can see, none of this technology. This looks like something out of a dystopian Neo Tokyo anime. This doesn't look like I would say we've left Blade Runner and gone into Akira now. Like the way the machinery that is all plugged into this creature is so complex and unique looking.
That's fine.
I have two more questions.
Yeah.
Do I see any type of alarm system along the walls, buttons, lights that might blare on?
Lots of tech around here. Very difficult to tell which one would be an alarm.
Okay. And then there has to be an elevator. Like, how do they get down here? Do the scientists, well, maybe they live down here. Okay, the question is, I'm just trying to, I don't want like 50 security guards coming in if we portal ourselves down here. I want to seal it off somehow.
Okay.
Is there an elevator? I mean, that's
In this
kind of-
room, you don't see one.
Okay, so just that one.
I would say you see
entryway that I
lifts
noticed.
that are out near the dome area, so they can have access to everything that Vooncos is plugged into.
Okay, and one last question: how many scientists are there?
You count about 20,
Oh, okay.
maybe
that's
about
a lot.
20, 21.
Okay. All right, I report all this back.
Right as you start to pull away, the eyes flare, and Kylan stops and stares suddenly in shock and waves him away. All the scientists turn, and you watch all of the scientists kneel immediately.
Wait,
no.
wait, I
And
don't want to go
Kylan-
yet. I want to see this.
Kylan approaches, and Kylan, almost in supplication, has his hands like this as he approaches. And this close, you can actually make out what he says. And he says, "I hear you, Father." And you hear this voice say, "She is here." It's echoing throughout the chamber. And his face falls and his hands lower.
Does he look up at me? Does he see me?
Kylan?
Yeah.
No. He's staring at Vooncos.
Okay. Not surprised. Okay, I guess I'm done here. Kind of want to mess with Kylan a little bit.
If only I could ghost
can't,
this.
Our time will come.
Yeah, exactly. I will.
You're not Patrick Swayze.
Right. I will come back to our place in time and report all this back.
The sphere falls, and you just a quick inhale.
He knows we're coming, but that's okay. We're still gonna get him.
If I can get close enough, I don't know if I can do it or not, but I can try. I can
Shut down.
drain that motherfucker.
Shut down
all the
all
things
that
that
power.
just drain everything.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out when we come back from our break. So there's the matter of dimensional energies.
He doesn't look so scary when he's connected
There's
to
the matter of
Wyatt.
saving Anton. There is now the matter of Kylan's, the reveal of Kylan's relationship with, supposedly was at odds, if y'all remember correctly.
Yeah.
Not in this
Was-
dimension.
was supposedly anti-Vunkoss.
Yeah, I don't like.
What's going on there? Could it be that he's a liar?
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see.
parent-child relationships are
And
coming.
They're
then
complicated.
he sabotaged our ship. We've known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's never not been a shithead.
Yeah.
His time
This
will
is
come.
all true.
All right.
Well, let's take a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
Let's take a 10-minute break, and we'll
Fine,
come back,
we do.
and we will find out what you all do next. So Thanos continues doing his crunches, and you just keep shouting at him, Lacey.
Come on, snap up there. Snap.
This is hard!
Movement. Go.
And we'll pick up next week.
No, sounds good.
All right.
Good game. Thank you.
Good game.
Are we live?
Callisto 6-pack coming soon on Geek Assembly. All right. We're trying to do. That's going to kill Sam. Oh, come on.
No, later this episode.
It was great. It was
Thank
great.
you, thank
we're
you.
A little, we're a little
goofy.
distracted. We're,
Yeah, a
we're
little
about to go
distracted.
into war.
We left off at a pretty intense place. So we are picking up. And welcome back, by the way, everybody. So let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. You had just come back from an astral projection into essentially the mind of corporate LA. To the chamber which the villain that you have all been dreading and who has been looming over you this entire campaign. You've finally seen Vunkoss's physical form in this world. And it is ancient and held together using technologies that some seem alien, some seem quite familiar. Having come back, you were all starting to rally the troops. It's time to make the big push. Rescue Anton, save the world.
And that would have.
Yes.
So where is the big gathering going to happen? Do you want it to happen in Blue Dolphin? Do you want it to be somewhere else? Is there a staging area that you guys want to set up?
Do we want them? Do they know where our base is already? Is that a concern?
Everyone in our team, with the, I think technically Snaps Duke and.
If he remembers it.
Yeah,
Okay.
But,
Okay,
yeah, it's
that's
fine.
fine. Yeah.
So then we'll do a cutscene
Yes.
and we'll pick up, we'll say it's about 4 hours later. So
Yeah, we can have Grace ferry them over.
Yeah, you got two Two
Yeah, we have the
dropships.
ship on shore, so we can just ask them all to go to Grace, with the exception of Kostya, who has his own transportation, and bring Grace nearby.
So it's a shuttling event, as they say, but one by one they are all assembled here. So by now I'm going to say it's late evening. The room has gotten quiet as the plan has been laid out. Everyone is processing it. Duke is just swaying on her feet, all 5 feet 3 inches of her, just ready to beat the shit out of something. She's just like swaying back and forth. You know who my inspiration for Duke is? Avril. I kind of pictured just this ruckus, this like energetic young woman, just like ready, wrapped up. Like you see her kind of squeezing her knuckles a little bit as she sways back and forth. And Snaps after breaking the long quiet, Snaps goes, "Yeah, it sounds perfectly insane. We would be screwed if it was a sane plan." Kostji raises this gloved hand, which you know houses some of the most advanced cybernetics. Says, question. I did not think to ask this before, but am I okay to kill people when we get inside? Is there any objection? Dead people don't ever get back up. It's easier.
They do lately, but I mean, they're assholes, but they're human assholes.
I think if anyone tries to kill you, you defend yourself.
Yeah, kill them right back.
I think if it's a scientist who literally is just there to do the work, try not to kill them.
So he holds up his a pistol that you've all become very familiar with, and he goes, "So, like leg shots, I guess."
Ideally, we try to get them out as fast as possible. And I look to Snaps.
Not kill people in lab coats. More like if we encounter someone who does not want people in lab coats to leave.
Yeah. If the lab coat people have a gun pointed at your head, obviously you're not going to let them shoot you.
You hear a cracking sound as Duke just pops her knuckles and she goes, "We're overthinking this shit."
Yeah, we are.
Judgment calls.
Yeah.
And Jelly Baby says, "I ain't killing nobody. I'm making friends. When I get down there, no one's going to want to hurt me. No. You just watch."
Okay.
And Cobalt goes, "You're going to be a liability if that's your attitude. I mean, it's sweet, but you'll probably want to not make friends while we're down there."
Look, Kostya, what you do on your own time is your own business.
This is
But
not
we're
my
here
own
to.
time.
Right, that's my point.
Right. So I ask, no killing.
Not as the default.
This is
Fuck
more.
Mooncast.
This is a
Good,
rescue.
good.
Yeah.
This good way of putting it. Killing, not default setting.
Yeah.
Our first objective is going to be to protect Oya. She's going to be using the dimensional rig that we've set up with Honey Baby as a conduit to try to get Anton. It will be a lot easier to take this whole thing on if we have him with us. So we need to protect that and make that the first priority.
Pushing off the wall, Patel speaks up. Says, "There's one more thing." She holds out a data pad and she hands it to you, Luma. If everything goes south, we do this again. And Patel looks at you.
So you're not mad at us anymore?
Oh no, I'm pissed. But there's no time for that anymore. I don't know how many more chances we're gonna get, but just in case.
Well, because of you, we actually have a chance to make this work.
And you too. Let's erase any reality where you die in your friend's arms.
That'd be preferable for me, especially.
She leans back up against the wall. Moonlight steps forward and signs. We just can't forget that one piece of information we were giving. Fletcher can manipulate the Callisto 6 energy. What is that going to mean when we get down there?
It means you're our greatest defense.
Patel speaks up and says, that, and it also, keep in mind, from what we saw, he might not be in any condition. So, we need to figure out what his status is before we can move on him. But that's after Anton. Anton first. Then we figure out what to do about Fletcher.
I have several ideas.
Same.
And I'm sure Anton will too.
Moonlight speaks up again and says, if Kylan's there. Kylan is my brother. I have to warn you. He's not just a master liar. Every time he comes off like a weasel, he's doing it because he wants your guard down. He's not defenseless. I haven't seen what he's capable of, but I know that Kylan has always been more than how he has presented himself. So don't just think you're fighting a guy in a suit if you encounter him.
Wow. He looks flammable, so.
She smiles. She says, yeah, he's probably flammable. But just be careful around him. Kylan was the only person that, in my other life, I wasn't able to get all the intel on. And it was my job in another life to have nothing but intel on him.
Okay.
I made him a promise once. It's coming due.
She smiles and says, good. And steps back. Stepping forward, Sal goes,
Thank you for my raincoat, Numa. And, thank you for shocking me, Hops.
You're welcome.
You guys are my friends.
and just abruptly steps back. And Moonlight pats him on the arm.
We're your family, Sal.
Thanks for taking care of us.
Yeah, it's fun.
I pick him up in a hug.
You just lift him easily up off the ground, and he, like a child, just goes.
I take video of this.
Do it again.
Lightly in the air.
Moonlight is just like, oh.
Okay.
Patel goes, this is great, but
We're wasting time. Sal, you gotta have a very important job of making sure Anton's room's all ready and chicken free when he gets back.
No chicken.
Maybe one chicken.
One chicken.
One chicken.
Sal immediately turns on heel,
One. One, not two. One, not two.
and you see him thudding down the hallway.
Or at least not full of chicken shit. Are we ready?
I love you and I'm scared too.
Stay alive.
You too.
I'm scared.
I know.
Please hold my hand.
Okay, I guess
Let's
we're
get our boy back.
doing this. Let's do it.
Staff out.
Kotschi slides it in. You see him assorting various weapons on his body, and you hear this metal sound as he kind of rolls his shoulders and just slaps his chest and goes, good, yeah, this is going to be fun.
Anyone squishy, stand behind him. Except for JB.
Snaps, rescue the scientists. I hope I remember that. Kind of leans down. Jelly Baby looks at you and hops and goes, "This is gonna be great. It's
Okay.
gonna be so good."
This is like
Kobold, however, is just
So many people. It's so many people. It's so many
It's
people.
just another date.
I'm gonna open the portal
okay.
and draw on some mutual glow to make sure that it's big enough.
All right, so you Lacey, focusing your energies, you immediately begin to feel a zip cord like immediately connect you to the area where you want this portal to connect everyone to. And just as the portal begins to open, you realize it's not the dome room down below, it's actually the rooms just above, where a bunch of the Callisto energy is being absorbed into. So the moment this portal begins to form around your mind, you see Lacey kind of twitch for a second as it's almost like the flow of water is immediately redirected to this avalanche of momentum, like pouring a bucket of water into a raging river, and the portal is redirected to above Fletcher's chamber into a room you've never seen. Immediately rips open and snaps, goes, "That doesn't look like described," and bolts inside.
Go! Go!
Everyone dashes into the room.
Shield up.
All right. You guys go.
You did it.
Everyone dashes through. The last thing you see as this portal closes is Jelly Baby going, "Oh shit!" And on the other side, he vanishes, left behind a Blue Dolphin base.
Okay, I was like, very
No one, he would have been alive.
he would have been a whole
In the middle of eating his
Yeah.
own jelly babies when he saw the thing closing and made a run for it and just, no!
It's fine. Dr. Patel will take care of him. That's her problem now.
You find yourselves in a room of relatively large size. By relative, I mean it looks like this room is shifting. It looks like the ceiling of this room is being manipulated by a concentration of energy that's causing the ceiling to sort of shift and warp. But as you all arrive, the first thing that comes into your field of vision is looking up. You see what looks like essentially a giant technical-looking wishbone. It looks like these two huge prongs going straight up, like someone stuck a wishbone in the ground and its bones are just sticking straight up in the air. These two huge metal prongs are about 60 feet high, going straight up towards this warping ceiling, where Callisto energy that is starting to pulse and magnify from the portal that was just redirected to this room. Scientists in this room, papers have gone flying, there's shouting and screaming, and there are mutant security guards that are already raising guns. You see them all set up in their body armor. You've seen these guys 100 times before.
It's showtime.
There's a beat. As everyone's looking around this huge room, there's just one quick beat where everyone just sort of looks at each other and you go, "It's showtime." Duke looks over at Snaps, and Snaps just goes, "Yeah, you can kick all of their asses." And on that moment, she just cracks, and we go.
click. 5 passes.
Everyone
This
form a
beat
circle
combat.
around
What are y'all
Oya.
doing?
Yep.
Oya and Lacey.
Getting into formation.
And I will also do, since I have 3 edge, so this costs 3 energy protection. So this is, I can protect a couple of other key people. I have to save my int for the
Yeah, save it.
other stuff. Who are the key people? I mean,
You,
everyone's key.
Lacey,
Okay, me and Lacey.
For
and
sure.
maybe like if you want to keep like 1 or 2 with you for protection. I'm gonna be running around. Yeah.
Okay,
I think we'll be.
I'll
running.
probably be close by with shield.
okay. All right, so
protect Lacey. Yeah.
I digitize up in.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do the energy protection for Lacey, the 3 of us.
Which type of energy?
So this will be for plasma. Do they have
Okay.
plasma
Yeah,
rifles?
they're all
Okay,
plasma rounds.
Great. Yeah. To plus
Making essentially Lacey and
You
who
can
else?
give it to Cass if you want because I have shield.
Okay.
Luma's really hard to hit.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
I can protect myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our love.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you could do your 5 casts around Oya. That's so
Yes.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Okay.
All right. There's about 7 of these guys in this room. Clearly, we're not expecting an invasion.
It's gonna be another 2.
Do I have time for 5 of me and Fury?
What's that?
Do I have time to make 5 of me and action
Yeah,
Fury?
I'll say just the. I'm giving everyone 1 action before combat, and I'm gonna guess the moment y'all stepped in, you activated, you avengered up. Everyone just got set up, ready to go. But yeah. All right, are we ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Let's roll initiative. Difficulty is 5.
Sweet. Difficulty's 5.
Okay.
5.
Yeah, I have nothing in initiative.
4. Wow, it's been so long. I don't remember.
Wait, difficulty was 5?
Difficulty is 5.
Okay.
2. Yeah.
I didn't spend on it, so I failed.
So speed defense
I needed a 9. I
down
got a
to
3.
4.
Oh! Too bad. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
In battle, it would have been.
Yeah, exactly. Same. Yeah. My speed defense brings it down to difficulty 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
19. All right. So who beat? It's difficulty 5. Who beat a 15? Or, I'm sorry. Yeah. Who beat a 15? You did.
Oh yeah, and I have a lot of things that lowered it too.
Who else?
Oh wait, speed defense. I meant initiative. Whatever. Dexterity. Whatever.
Anybody else feel it?
I have value.
Eliza passed as well.
Eliza passed. So Oya goes next.
And Sam and I are the backline kids.
Okay.
I just opened a portal that cost 18 points before edge.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Guys,
Big spend. Okay. Hop, Luma, Oya. The 3 of you can decide who wants to go first. It's your action.
Yeah, I'm at 23 right now.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Snaps isn't that?
Yep.
Yeah. Snaps
Snaps
there.
gets
And Duke.
initiative almost immediately.
You know, maybe Snaps does the Snaps thing first. Well, because he hits
Yeah.
everyone and softens them up for Olio.
That's true.
Snaps can hit every single one.
Everyone in the room.
Yeah.
Can we just give him the
Every-
signal? Hey, Snap.
Fucking chicken in this room.
if he makes me use my
Yeah.
set up, then yes.
Such a great scene.
They're all chickens here.
So you're gonna let Snaps go first?
Yeah.
So those papers that were just falling out of the air because scientists had been startled by what had just taken place, you see them funnel suddenly as there's a vacuum from the movement of Snaps as he darts across the room at speeds that barely can be perceived. He just and the again, like there's just this funnel cloud of papers that follow after him. All 7 of these guys with guns that are raising them and shouting alarms take a punch to the face.
Sweet.
Because Snaps is he's in Cypher, if an NPC is higher level than the villain's level, just because GMs don't roll, they just hit. They just effing hit.
He's getting
Snap
back to the level 10.
tenderizes every single one of them in one strike. Just decks. It's like one single punch that gets lined up across the
Bless
wall
you.
on every single one of them. And so it is kind of cartoonish as you watch all of their heads snap in the same direction. Bam, 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 all just down the row as he punches all of them, tenderizing them. So all 7 of them have taken 5 points of damage.
It's like the Rockettes.
Yes. So that Snaps his action. Who's next? Who wants to go next? Duke is also in this initiative.
Yeah,
Where are
let's
you?
throw it to Duke too.
What do you think?
I ran in probably right after Snaps. To
Okay, take an action.
Duke's
Go
gonna go.
for it.
Great.
I'm protected.
First one with the gun. Doing shock.
Okay.
Do it. Yeah.
Shock.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Staff attack. What's the level?
auto hit.
Difficulty 5.
Difficulty's 5.
4.
These elite bards.
It's my staff attack, so -2.
Okay.
3, 2. Let's. Why the fuck not? Let's add wreck. Makes it down to 1 difficulty. Oh no! And 2 attack rolls.
Yeah.
-1. So
auto hit
it's
it.
a
You don't
1.
have to roll if you don't want to.
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
It's a 13.
Okay.
15 points of damage.
Yes.
So you're specifying you're not killing him, right?
I'm angry.
I mean, he is a mutant dead
these
thing.
are the zombies, right?
These are the zombie soldiers.
I'm
Okay.
pissed. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you're pissed.
Yeah.
There was someone standing there. There is a blackened mark across the wall. Everybody is going to take 1 point of intellect damage.
Okay.
as the gate pulses. The moment you release all of this Callisto energy, it immediately caused the gates to pulse. Oya, when that happens, you feel that familiar feeling of the barriers beginning to weaken.
That might be good though.
Yeah, sounds like it's good.
Okay.
Was wreck.
All right, so that's going to be hot.
Oh, wait.
So you basically vaporized that guy. There's a quick blinking bolt of lightning. There's a crackling in the air. Ozone, the smell of ozone fills this entire area, and the hole that was where you were pointing basically becomes greater than the mass of this man's chest as he folds in and drops to the ground
Oh,
in a
shit.
cinder heap, returning to the restful sleep of death. All right, so who's next?
You're welcome.
That was Hops. We still have Duke, Loya. We still have Duke, Oya, and Luma.
Costume?
And Kostri. Thank you.
He's above 2.
What's that?
He's in
They
our
all passed?
pool.
Yeah, he's just higher.
They're
He's
high
just
level.
higher difficulty level.
Cool. You go ahead. I'm.
Well, she's in Team Dimension Rig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my move and action or whatever is going to be to
it's
set
that
up the
kind of
rig.
thing. Yeah.
Is to what?
Set up the rig as much
the
of
rig?
that
Oh,
as
okay.
I can do
Yeah.
in a round.
Honey Baby's
All right,
action
cool.
will presumably be to assist that because they're the one carrying the portable rig.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's going on? What are we doing? You're
That's
set
your
up the
action,
rig?
and you're doing it
Yeah.
now.
Okay,
Set it up.
that's not a problem. You're over there, just start setting it up. As all you're feeling all the energy pulsating in this room. This thing that you're setting the rig up in front of is definitely an antenna to channel the power of the Callisto energy source. Those towers that are corporate LA, they're probably all directly connected to this, and you suspect that this is somehow directly connected to Vuncast on the floor below.
Okay.
Because you can see that same technology feeding into the floor before it disappears into the ground, essentially.
Okay. Great.
Yep.
My turn's done.
Great.
All right. So who's next?
Let one of them.
Okay.
Swap him up.
Kosti puts a bullet in the head.
Yep.
One of them drops dead. There's no point in rolling because Snaps tenderized him. Duke doesn't have to do what Duke did.
You don't have to
Not
go so
surprised.
hard.
But two Dukes basically Duke separates into two and smashes her knuckles together so hard you can't imagine that something wasn't fractured. Just smacks them together, and both versions of her charge forward and use their opponents as weapons against their opponents. You see she manhandles these two guys, just smashing them against each other, elbowing strikes. You see the Muay Thai viciousness coming out in spades, and she just decimates these two guys. There's just no point. They were tenderized. You see them get completely smashed and broken by this super who just jumps in there and beats the hell out of them. And after that is going to be Cobalt, who immediately rushes over in your direction and he doesn't take any action. He looks like he's just making sure nobody gets through to you.
I wish I had given him a shield.
Cobalt's not going to get shot.
Okay, that's okay, good.
And Cobalt can also stop you from getting shot if things go south, because he can grab you and phase you.
We don't have any squishies on this mission.
He's standing by, just looking around kind of nervously.
No, we don't.
Thank
Scientists
goodness
are
Jelly
fleeing
Baby.
the room right now. They're all piling out of the doorway. So that's their action. It's them. There's 7, 6, 5, 4.
There's 3 left.
There's 3 left. They're gonna open fire. They're gonna open fire on. They're gonna open fire on Duke. They're gonna open fire on. They can't even see Snaps. They're definitely gonna open fire on you, Hops.
Sweet.
And
Do I not get an action first?
oh, I thought you took your action. Sorry. What are you doing?
No, I deferred to Oya. I said let Duke and them go first.
Friend PCs. Go.
Friend PCs go first.
Okay. Yeah. What are you up to?
Okay, so I'm huddled with the rig crew, and still holding Lacey's hand, but I want to put my head on Oya's shoulder and just say, "This is a great barbecue. Let's go get Anton. I've got a burger for him." And I want to stimulate you. My words encourage you as I touch you, and the difficulty of your next action is reduced by 3 steps.
Whoa! 3
Burgers!
3 steps. That's the best barbecue ever.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want some burgers? I'm stimulated.
What a
5 casters are turning around like, what's happening in there?
Burgers! Burgers later?
Yes! Give burger.
Sponsor us.
Yes.
All right. That's huge. 3 steps is huge.
I know. It costs 6 intellect points.
You spent wisely. Okay. So it's their action. They're opening fire. So I need. I basically need you, Hops, to make a defense roll, speed defense.
Level difficulty.
It's level 5.
Yep. No, it's not. Level 5, level 4, level 3.
Tell me what she does.
And I'm gonna spend.
Yeah, you have enough speed blood
To
edge
2.
for a free
Yeah.
effort. Yeah.
Yeah. So 6 or better. 17. And I'm going to use four speed points to use my seize opportunity. If I succeed at a speed defense to resist an attack, I gain an action and I can use immediately. And if I gain an action to attack, the difficulty of my attack reduces by 1.
And
So-
your edge eats up some of that, right?
Yeah, and it meets up most of it.
Okay.
So
So you're gonna hit him?
that's been fun. Yeah, he just shot at me, and I'm just gonna go and just do the exact same thing.
Roll.
Yes.
Oh, you don't have to roll. Do you want to roll?
Why not? Yeah, I do.
There's a
1.
number on that die.
19.
You get a minor effect.
So, I want to do a really cool, kind of like, I want to do it to where, okay, so if he's gonna shoot at me, I'm gonna go dodge, and then I'm gonna charge and use my staff to go right into his middle, and then get the other end to go right into the guy on the other side, if I can. Can I?
Okay.
Can
Yeah,
I
I'll
hit
let
2
you
at
hit him.
once?
Yeah, I'll let you do
I
that.
don't have to like
On a
do the
19?
same amount of damage.
On 19? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that.
I'm just gonna go, man, I'm just like so ready to get Anton back. I'm just gonna be like, and just get him.
Okay. So the first guy, so how much is damage is the first 15?
15. Yeah.
You're pretty sure the staff impacted, but the truth is it was such an incredible impact, you're not entirely sure.
Where did
The
he
rest of you watch this guy do somersaults as the staff impacts on the side. The other guy is going to take, I'll give him 2 points of damage.
Sweet.
So you zap him for 2. His electricity just explodes out from the other end of your staff that Lacey crafted for you. And again, I need everyone to take 1 point of intellect damage.
Okay. Sorry.
It's all good.
But the barriers are getting better, right? We can grab Anton quicker, right?
You're disoriented for a second as the pulse from the buildup of Callisto energy in here kind of backlashes a little bit. Oya, I would say you are getting a sense. Actually, all of you would probably be getting a sense of this because of your connection to the Callisto energy. This antenna is designed to absorb it. Mm-hmm. You get the impression that too much power all at once is what's causing it to pulse out and sort of shed off some of that energy.
Speaking of which, Moonlight.
Moonlight, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moonlight seems to understand what this item is doing. And for a second, on her action, she starts walking towards it slowly, a bit awestruck by it. As chaos is just erupting around her. Somebody goes flying past her, she doesn't even notice, and she walks up to this. Cobalt looks at her as you're working on this rig, and Cobalt says, Moonlight, are you all right? And Moonlight doesn't seem to hear her. She just stares at this. And then she places her hands on your shoulder and looks at you and says, I can help you. I know we can open this.
Yeah. Okay.
And she just stands and waits. She's going to hold her action. Just kind of looking around. That's her action. So Cass
Take him out.
Did they
and
only shoot
Lacey.
at Hops?
What's that?
Did they only shoot at Hops? I hate myself for asking.
No, they shot at the other NPCs.
And missed?
Yeah, they can't
Great.
hit them.
Amazing. Cool.
Duke,
Ideal.
they don't know which
Keep it
Duke
up.
to shoot at, and
Perfect.
Snaps. Like, there's no point there. But yeah, no, it's essentially
Kokshki could probably take a couple.
Kozchi's taking rounds to the chest and doesn't seem like he notices. You are seeing smoking burn marks though. Bullets are one thing. Plasma rounds look like they're actually having an effect on Kozchi, but he's not slowing down.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, what are the last 2 of y'all doing?
That would be the 2 of us.
Do you have something you need to do?
Not especially if you would like to do a big heckin' punch.
I will. I'm staying in a circle around Oria, but this room doesn't sound like it's that big. Who's closest to me? Two remaining guys.
Luma's probably closest to you.
I mean, of the bad
bad guys on the other side. So they're about maybe 10 feet away from you.
Okay.
And yeah, they are fighting with zealotry. Like they don't seem to be affected at all by the fact that they're being demolished. They're one of them is just sliding another clip back into his plasma rifle and is pulling it back. You see them Thursday.
All right. As that clip goes back, it is the thing that is in my line of sight as all 5 of me leave the ground, but one of me goes darting right at him. Please.
Like just someone like launching playing cards up into the air all at once, just, and then one of them descends down, smashing into this guy.
We all stop and watch.
If you count
If I spend
free
some
edge.
effort, maybe. Well,
Yeah.
let's see. Because I can immediately drop it to. If I probably don't need to use that.
You're using rage.
Oh, thank you. I'm respected. I have accuracy now. Thank you for all the training. Jesus.
You've been so used to playing casts as someone who doesn't know how to throw a punch, but damn, they hit hard.
Yep. Okay, so they're difficulty 5? Mm-hmm. Sorry, y'all. Okay. As I aim at it, I drop it 2 with skill, 1 with accuracy, and 2 free levels of effort, and my fist comes pounding down. I'd like to go via the gun he's cocking into his own face.
The crunching sound of the helmet and whatever is inside is louder than the sound of the gun being released into its ready firing position. He hits the ground like a puppet cut from its strings, just drops.
I'm gonna roll for it in case something bad happens because it's dramatic. I got a 9. We're fine.
Yeah, you touch down and this guy is crumpled. One left.
Your secret underground base is bullshit.
The new hashtag. Lacey.
Yeah. So there's a part of me that is in Honey Baby right now that feels to the equipment we brought, pulls out a patch that seems to almost have a bit of circuit board integrated into it, and leans out and slaps it on the back of Hops' neck.
Okay.
You'll have +5 armor versus intellect damage for the next 8 hours.
Yes.
Holy
So you won't be taking any of those, and if anyone does you intellect damage
Now, keep in
from
mind,
being scared of a thing,
I was going to say, keep in mind, the sight of wound cost typically causes intellect damage.
It's okay, I'm prepped.
yep. And so
I love you
as
so
Honey
much.
Baby does that, there is
The fuck?
digitized signal that seems to almost stream out from Honey Baby, and then coalesces into sharp electrical impulse right into the final person.
Okay.
For my
Your
onslaught
onslaught?
ability.
Is there, so difficulty's 5?
Yes, and because this is an intellect attack and I can do 2 free levels of effort, I'll just put 13 damage right into them.
Yeah. Do you want to describe what it looks like when someone is demolished by this onslaught attack?
So it's this sharp digital signal into an electrical impulse. The heart just stops. And they fall.
This creature's heart should not have been beating in the first place. It returns to its neutral position and he falls. Of all the powers you've seen, this one is the most subtle. It just causes this creature to die. Just topples over. And for that moment, the only sound is the scattering running of scientists. As y'all are catching your breath, you all at the same time turn, except for Oya, who's just too focused on her work. But Moonlight stops and just slowly looks up, and parting the wave of scientists running out the door, stepping into view, is Kylan Cross in a white silk suit, the red tie, and a black undershirt.
Yeah, he looks.
He's wearing his glasses. His hair is perfectly combed off to the side. He has that mild 5 o'clock shadow of blonde hair that is slightly grayed off to the side. By all accounts, a handsome, normal, clean cut, and almost indescript looking businessman, the younger version of KP. the black glossy shoes, everything about him exudes wealth and class. But the look on his face is a little different than what you've seen from him before, as he has his arms folded behind his back and boldly comes striding into the room by himself as scientists flee past him. And as he comes to a stop, he says, "We have done this so many times now. Across all of the realities, and every single time, I kill you."
Your suit needs more red on it.
Let's see what we can do to fix that. And you see this wolfish grin come across the side of his face. No more lies, no more deceptions. Let's let our guards down. It's time for you to see who it is you've been speaking to all this time. Come.
What? No, don't. What?
Snaps when he says that. Snaps immediately, like as an instinct, goes, "No!" But Duke is already charging down the gangway. She's like, "Oh, fucking come!" She just goes charging. You hear the thudding sounds, and as Duke rushes up to him, he uppercuts her. Bam! Sends her straight up into the air. Her clone goes spinning off to the side and slamming into the wall. And one of the Dukes hits the ground with a shattered head. It looks like it is split. Her jaw has been broken off to the side, and her neck has been twisted off to the left. And as she hits the ground, Kylan just cracks his knuckles and smiles at the red smear on his hands and just goes, "There." Duke's clone goes, that was, and the clone begins to immediately die in front of you as she just drops to the ground. "That was me, that was me," and hits the ground. And her corpse lays still as the clone begins to evaporate in front of you and disintegrate.
Can we take actions?
Initiative.
Oh, new initiative. Okay.
What level?
Okay.
Oh dear.
That's what we scared to ask.
Yeah, level 12.
Okay.
Well,
12,
As usual, I don't even need to roll.
Yeah.
11, 10,
Level 12.
10,
Okay.
9.
I mean, I can't beat that even with my one.
Well, let me.
I can try.
You're rolling initiative this round to see where you're going to be in the combat.
Oh, that's yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's giving you all the first round.
Oh.
He is elected to let you all go first.
Oh, I want to see if I can. get
Okay,
this
so
down.
we should just roll just cause.
Yeah, so roll because after the first round of combat, the fight starts.
12, 11,
But he's letting everyone get a lick in.
9, 8.
You. Cass is having the hardest time of her life because she has a job and
Well,
a desire,
6.
and they are in wild conflict at the moment, and
Yeah.
it's not her strong suit.
Okay.
it's gonna be
Okay.
where I'm focused on.
Yes.
My next thing is to load up the program.
That is what you were here for.
I'm not doing anything
Just-
else because he's a distraction.
Hyper-focus. All right, if I can roll, like, I don't know, 18, 19, or 20, I can maybe do this. No. To get to them. No. There's nothing I can do to lower it.
Yeah, I can't either. I rolled a 14.
I
Okay.
could, yeah, I
can only lower it by one.
Pass.
Oh, I got it down. Yeah, even if, no.
The most
I can
effort I
lower
could
it-
spend would have taken it down to needing a 15, I think.
Yeah,
and
same.
I need those points for getting hit later.
Exactly.
Same.
I'm
That's why-
saving my.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Did you?
Who wants to go first?
Did anybody
I haven't
wait.
rolled yet.
Yeah. It's okay.
It seems impossible to waste a bunch of stuff on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Keep in mind, you guys aren't necessarily at a disadvantage. You might just be fighting somebody who can take on all of you. It just means so don't.
Right.
I just meant lowering
still a
the
bit-
Yeah.
the initiative difficulty felt.
Cool. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. You guys are in the end game, so this is scary. not literally. Not.
No, but the guy used game metaphors over and over and over and over, and that's the traditional chess one. There we go. Consistency.
It's fine.
Lots of poker
what
I will
metaphors.
This is what-
consistently make noises when he does
So,
that.
if you guys all have your initiative, I'll ask you about the next round. This round, everyone can go.
Okay.
Okay.
You have him
I'm gonna load up my program.
to multiplication.
Okay.
Restrain.
That's what you're doing this action?
Yep.
Cool. Moonlight looks conflicted. She really wants to get in on this.
Moonlight, stay focused.
She doesn't move. She glances at you when you say that, and she doesn't move.
I wish I had given her my plasma energy protection.
Well, there's no more plasma fire in here anymore.
All right, then
Yeah.
never mind.
So,
We're good.
Okay, so who wants to go first? Who wants to do this?
Well, you did your action.
Yeah.
How close are you? Can I tell by looking?
Well, I'm now into the program, and you can tell when I'm loaded into my program. Like, I have, like, a weird glaze over my eyes, you know. My body language changes. You can tell that, yeah. So the next step will be, like, connecting it to, like, making that great gateway.
Yeah, I think I will spend my action. You can see Cass is having the hardest time of her life because everything wants to go deal with him. But you are there, and Anton is somewhere close by. So I'm gonna spend my action, if I can. All 5 of me rise into the air and start going in a circle around you to basically just physically obscure you and everything you are doing.
You can move that fast now, huh?
I mean, I don't think it's like a completely functional blur.
You're not going
It's
Kryptonian.
very distracting
Yeah.
looking is the idea.
Okay.
So I would like to form as much of a physical barrier as I can to increase the already distracting factor of there being 5 Casses. Now there are 5 Casses who are everywhere, just a mass of colored hair and leather and angry
Right.
looks
Okay.
out in that direction. And that's what I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
That encircles Moonlight in me.
What are you doing?
Just
Whoever's
because
in the middle.
as soon as I see Cass do that, then I know, because I don't think there's nothing I can do to help Oya. That is all.
Right.
And that they're gonna get Anton, and that's what I gotta keep focused on. I was like, okay, if I can distract this asshole long enough for them to get him out. So I'm just gonna do what I do, but I'm not gonna get close enough for him to hit me. But I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shock him with as fast
Okay.
as I can. I maybe if I can like get close enough to shock him and then back away is the goal. Mm-hmm. You know?
Okay.
I don't like the way you're looking at me.
I'm waiting to see you roll.
It's 12?
Difficulty's 12.
Uh-huh. Okay. This is something I can do. Okay. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Hold on, I'm using everything I got. 7 is still not good enough. All right, that's when I'm gonna do all my fun stuff.
Effort.
7, 6, 5, and then I'm gonna get it down to level 4.
Nice.
I'm spending a lot of effort, but it's gonna be worth it, right? It's gonna be so worth it. Okay. Here we go.
Yep.
12 or better. 18!
So that's going to give you
Two
a
extra
plus
points
2
of-
damage.
Yeah, so I still had wreck, and
Okay.
I enabled, so it's 15, 16, 17 points of damage.
You're gonna must be tired after that.
I'm fine.
All right.
I'm really pissed. Get Anton back, is all I'm thinking.
Yeah, he takes that to the chest.
He looks fine.
As he comes up from the crumple, he stands tall again. You see him shake his left arm a little bit.
Okay.
Who's next?
Okay.
I can go.
All right, what are you doing?
So, they're protected. That kid doesn't deserve this. I dive forward, and as I'm somersaulting towards her body, I'm sending a barrage of dazzling lights towards Kylan. And I want to end in a protective position over her body.
Okay.
So
Her eyes are still open, and as you come to a stop, you see the extent of the damage that was done to the side of her neck is horrifying to see.
yeah.
So you come to a stop. So are you using a power specifically?
Yeah, I'm
All right.
using dazzling radiance on him.
Okay.
Ooh.
So it's
Difficult.
2 points of damage if You tell me what the difficulty is.
Difficulty is always 12 on this.
Always 12.
Yep.
Okay, well, automatically reduced by 1 because I'm interacting with Kraus and I already spent an action to
Yep.
understand him.
11.
Good job.
So it's an 11. Oh boy.
I know, right?
Okay, now here's the thing. These are all, okay. I'm using Dazzling Radiance. So, okay, it's 11.
Oh, you know what?
What?
You just reminded me. You've been studying Kylan nonstop.
Yeah.
Since the first time you shapeshifted, since the first time, there's no one around here that can read people the way you can.
I've been watching this weirdo because I can't tell when people are lying and I want to know when he's lying.
You do not see Kylan Kraus in front of you.
What do I see?
This is not him. The mannerisms, the way he carries himself, the way he ends his sentences. It's possible that he was putting on a hell of an act, but every bone in your body tells you this is not Kylan Kraus.
Is someone wearing his flesh? Okay.
Do you think that?
I think that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that would have definitely stood out to Luma going, the moment he came into the room, the moment he threw the uppercut, everything, you're like, wait. That's a piece, at this tier, that is a piece of information I think Luma would have immediately.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yep. Nope. That's big.
So 11.
Let me think of it more too.
I don't know how to get this down into a reasonable thing. I have a skill in illusion. Does this count as a part of my illusion magic?
Yes.
Okay, down
Yes,
to 10.
absolutely. The scattering of light. Yeah, I'd let that count.
You somersaulted?
And I'll also say, Luma,
Yeah,
Luma, flank to the left, and I've been using my enable others to lower it by.
Thank you.
All right.
Down to 9.
Okay. Can you use movement or acrobatics since you
No.
somersaulted?
No, not for this power.
Okay.
I think 9 is probably where we...
And I think the rest is effort. Let me just make sure the rest is. You have an asset on any attack roll you make against it. Oh, he was already attacked. I'm an opportunist. A Duke attacked him once this round already.
right.
So I have an asset. So it's down to 8.
24 or better.
Okay. And
It's a lot.
okay. So, and then I will use 9, 1 free level of effort. Or down to 7, 1 free level of effort. Down to 6 effort.
18 or better.
I've got a few more. 18, okay. And then another level of effort down to 5.
Got
All right.
this. 15 or better. You can do it.
I will do one more because this power actually has something that's valuable after.
He's
the
giving you a
fact.
free hit, so definitely throw everything you got into
Yeah,
this first
so I'm
round.
down
That's why I
to
lowered
4.
as much as I can.
Yeah.
It's a 12. And that was how many levels of effort?
Was it
8 to 4.
5?
Just
Because 1
4
free,
so far.
Right?
just 4 total?
Because you
Four
went from 8 to
total.
4.
I went to 8 from 8 to
levels
4.
of effort. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And I'll do
So 2 free ones and then 2 more.
one more down to 3.
Wow.
I don't want to drain myself completely, but
Yeah.
I'll do 5 levels. I'll spend 5 levels of effort down to 3.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mama Luma.
Okay.
You got this.
19!
So you also get a minor effect.
Yeah.
Yes, I will!
19. Well, you made that count.
Okay. So, that
Do you-
over Duke's body, look up at him, and the lights are all hitting him. And as I look at him and realize this isn't him, I say it out loud. You're not him. And I want the the lights to sort of stick to him.
Okay.
A big glowing target for a lot of people. Like I want it to sort
Fairy
of be
fire.
be annoying, you
Yeah.
know, like
So here's what I'll do.
yeah, like I want maybe slow them down
I'll
or like
do this.
distracted by them.
What I'll do is for that coolness and everything you just did.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll rule is for the next 3 rounds, Difficulty to hit him is going to reduce by 1.
Great.
So he is going to drop from a 12 to an 11.
And friends, until the end of the round, the difficulty of defense tasks to resist this creature's attacks is also reduced by 1. So you're 1 step safer.
So that's a total of 2 because
So level 10
I'm penalizing
for
him for the minor effect.
But that's to hit him. This is if he hits you.
Right, but it's still against the difficulty 12 roll. So
Sure.
if he's coming after you, then
Oh,
you see what I'm
okay.
saying?
I want-
so
I got it. I got
it
it.
translates by a step.
I'm picking up what
So it's a +1 difficulty for him to hit you guys on top of that. So
Luma,
the
that's brilliant.
So,
Great.
so you basically, when he comes at you, you're at a difficulty 10 for the next 3 rounds if he attacks you.
Piece of cake.
So
Oh, but yes, fire me go, what?
Yeah, what do you mean it's not
all
him?
right. So who's next?
I think I am at the end of it. I need to buy Oya time. We'll have to deal with this guy, but maybe we don't have to deal with him yet. It's an 80-foot drop from the ceiling of the room below us
To the
floor.
catwalk? Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I can
It's-
miss the catwalk if I just open the portal at the right spot.
Yeah.
That's under him. Portal under, fall to the ground, go splat, take a little damage. We'll buy some time for him to get back up to us.
Okay.
So
Brilliant.
So as you see him flinch, he just drops. And the portal closes again. And about 2 seconds pass when you hear as he hits the bottom of the floor.
What do you mean it's not
That's-
him?
and I recover. Needed this.
When you say that out loud, Moonlight's breath catches in her throat.
Luma, what do you mean it's not him?
I don't know. That's not the person we've talked to.
Katsuchi goes over the side and is like, starts loading, like shooting down to where he fell. Just pop, 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 pop. Snaps is going, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. He's saying that under his breath as he's staring down to where where Kylan fell.
Why's that?
But he's not saying it to you. He looks like he's responding to Duke's death. He's swaying back and forth, and he doesn't take an action. He just goes, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that.
Okay. Oh, snaps.
But he doesn't move or react. Kobold goes, are we getting close? Are we getting close? We're coming to the end of the round.
I think I was the last one there.
Yep.
All right, Luma, at this point,
Oya.
yeah, Oya. But Oya, at this point, I'm going to say your rig is set up.
Okay.
It was a quick setup to plug that thing in, get the power you needed. It's not that hard to interface it. It's literally just like plugging it in and letting the program run. At this point, it comes up online.
Yeah. So I'm in it. I wanted to load the program, be in it.
Okay.
That
You immediately slide it over your head. As you're sliding it over the head, before you're...
Oh wait, sorry. Before I go in fully, I just like touch Moonlight. Do you need to come in with me? How can you help? Do you want to stay out here?
She's like, she looks at you and signs, let me know when you need juice.
Okay. All right. I'll give you a thumbs up.
She nods.
Okay. So then I go back in.
As you slide this helmet over your head, the last, like, because when you put this over your head, there's a mixed audio now because you're mostly hearing what's inside the virtual world, but you do hear the laughter of Kylan Kraus as you're putting this on, echoing from the floor deep, far down below. And you slide it over, and immediately you just see this virtual world load up in front of you, and a few moments pass, and you are in your waiting room. Your load room. Now, what's slightly disconcerting is you're aware that outside of your perceptions, a life and death battle is raging.
Yeah.
In here, it's calm, serene, quiet. And you feel you were loaded in. You see the doorway in front of you.
I had preloaded. This is so dumb. A virtual funnel cake just to be ready for me when I enter. 'cause I
Okay,
know I
so it
need
just pops up
like
right in front of you.
stress eating and a little cafecito. So I just take those. And I'm gonna.
We're gonna die. Just like,
That's not my action. Just a little character flavor. And I want to find the hidden. So I have my doors still set up.
okay.
But I'm going to use Find the Hidden because I can see the traceries of objects as they move through space and time, any objects that I've touched before. So I'm imagining Anton's, the fabric of his suit, the color, the specific threading, like all the details and the shape of him in the suit. Because when I rode his back in this the space that inspired this space, I definitely felt and touched that suit. So I'm gonna try to trace that through space and time and see which doorway I can take to it.
So as you approach the door, you start to focus. And as you begin to exhale, you reach forward and put your fingers, wrap them slowly around this cold metal knob, and gently turn it, and you, as the clicking sound of a door unlocks, you can hear an infinite symphony across space-time of doors unlocking, almost as if there were millions of you unlocking a door right now, echoing off into the distance. And you gently start to pull the door open as we go into our second round back in the real world.
Oh shit. He's already back up here?
No, but you do see him. He has gotten up and he is walking like the Goblin King up the side of the wall, straightening his suit.
Oh, hell no.
As he starts looking, he looks up at everybody and says, "First hits are all in, I take it. Are we ready for the fight?"
You're not, all of me say.
He makes a spectacular leap and just lands down on the grating again and straightens his tie and starts walking forward. He is going to come at you, Hops.
Fuck this.
He comes striding up to you. And what's alarming about this is he takes a single step and then he's in front of you. And roll your defense. Difficulty is 10.
Yes, it is. This is what I'm good at. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay. I'm like flipping my page like a crazy person. Wait. All right, so I got it down to 7 with what I definitely have.
Okay.
And then I can get it down 1 free level of effort.
All right.
6. I'm gonna get down to a level 4. I'm gonna spend.
All right.
Yep.
Level 4. You need 12 or better. Make your roll.
Sure do. I'm gonna spend a level XP to re-roll.
All right.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. 17.
17.
Yeah.
And to do that, I'm also going to seize opportunity and succeed on a speed defense roll to resist an attack and gain an action, which I can use to attack, and that reduces my attack by 1.
All right.
I'm going to attack him. So that means it was down to a 10.
Yep.
So that goes to a 9.
All right.
And I'm going to do the 8, 7, 6, 5, and then level 4 for accuracy, and then 1 level of free effort to get down to level 3. Holy shit.
All right.
All right, let's
9
shock
or better.
this motherfucker.
Fry him, Lindy.
I can't spend a level XP, can I?
You can, but it's the last time you can spend XP for the game on a reroll.
Can I spend? I can't spend another level of effort.
Nope.
to
I
lower
can
it.
spend one. Go.
Okay.
19. How much damage?
15 points, and I can add 3 more points of damage, or I can take a minor effect. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Maybe I should go for the damage.
Can you daze him as a minor?
You can't daze him. You could do ignore armor, strike a specific body part, knock back, move past him, or distract him. Major effect would be like knock
Yeah.
down, disarm, stun, impair.
I want to distract him because I want to
Okay.
keep his attention away
Keep his
from.
attention. You're gonna
Oya.
tank him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm like, all right. I want him to not even look.
Make a
over
defense
there.
roll.
What?
Difficulty 10.
What?
He also gets counterattack.
God, mother, damn it.
You have the
Okay, 10. That's fine.
intellect attack.
9.
It's difficulty 10
8.
because of that.
Is it gonna be intellect?
Yeah.
Huh?
Is it gonna be intellect?
No.
Okay.
He's looking to pound.
That's fine. That's okay. 9, 8, 7.
Come on, Hops.
Speed defense is my thing. 6, a level of effort, 5. Oh, that one's free. Okay. 15. Level 4. This 12 or better. Should I do one more level of effort? Probably.
Okay,
Fine.
All right,
Fine.
9 or better.
Yep. 16.
16. All right.
Okay.
This heavy fist goes right past you. As you strike at him, he strikes back at you almost
Okay.
immediately. And this big smile on his face. He doesn't say anything. All right, that's going to be the next round is begun.
Motherfucker.
So what was everybody's initiative?
Oya's first.
I don't think any of us.
Did anybody beat his initiative?
No.
No.
Okay, he's going to attack you again.
God damn it. Okay.
So
fine.
make a defense roll.
Okay. So
And difficulty
10,
is still 10.
10, 9, 8, 7. 6.
Yep.
This is fine. This is totally fine. All right. Five.
You gonna burn more effort? This is how it works. Villains wear you down.
4.
4.
I rolled an 11. I needed a 12.
He hits you. All right. The impact of this supposed Kylan Kraus on the side of your chest is devastating. You imagine that this is what it must feel like to get a full-on Rocky punch to the head, like if Cass was putting everything she had into it. The impact causes what feels like a strain on your rib cage. Doesn't kill you. It impacts against you and sends you knockback. You go slamming into, or would have gone slamming into Snaps. He immediately gets out of the way, and you collide with Kotschi. The two of you go stumbling back. You're going to take 10 points of damage.
I have resilience now, so 9.
It ignores all damage reduction.
You have +1 armor against any kind of physical damage, even damage that normally ignores armor.
Okay, cool. Then that means it manifests as speed. So you managed to get somewhat out of the way of the
Okay.
attack. So it goes down by how much?
Just 1.
Just 1, so 9
But
points of
hey,
damage.
that's 1 point of.
That's still something. Yeah.
That's still something.
But that's not the bad. That's not even the bad part. The bad part is
What?
this fist impacts against you. You all feel and see a ripple of Callisto energy as it slams into your chest. And the moment the impact happens, you feel it surge inside of you. This wishbone-looking technological device begins to surge. There's a pulse, so everyone who can takes 1 point of intellect damage as it pulses out. But Hops, you feel the energy inside you shift and warp for a split second that causes immense pain in your body. For the rest of this combat, you function as though you were impaired.
Wait.
Lol.
No.
So you are...
Wait.
Yeah, you have a thing.
I have a vigilant.
Yes!
I'm vigilant. Oh wait, no. No, I guess that doesn't make sense.
you have a
When,
different
when I
zone.
normally would be dazed or stunned, I am not. And I
You are
also
not dazed or stunned.
I have endurance.
You are automatically
What's
impaired.
that?
God damn it. Okay.
So for the rest of this combat, you cannot roll critical hits.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, okay.
It's
okay.
like you went down one dock.
I was thinking
You're not.
dazed.
You did not drop 1 on the health track, but it functions as though you have.
Okay,
As the
understood.
Callisto energy inside you warps.
Okay.
Don't get hit by that again. As you go smacking down to the ground.
I'm fine.
You can actually feel a little bit of the energy just kind of lose that spike of power. You can't call upon it as much as you used to be able to. You can feel that in how it's impaired.
Okay.
And he just pulls his fist back and says, 2 more of those should do it, I think. When that happens, Moonlight's head snaps to you, Lacey, because you're closest and can hear what she's doing. And she waves at you and signs, it's Voonkos. That's Voonkos.
I knew it.
He's manipulating the Callisto energy. I don't know how, but that's Voonkos. I felt it. What's that?
How do we stop it? What do we do?
I don't know. She says, I don't know.
Can he die?
The body can.
It'll do.
That's his action. It's now you guys' turns. You guys saw Hops get hit harder than any of you have been hit before. There's you kind of coughing from the impact.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt.
I don't
me.
have to do
No.
this. But
If I
I can't think of anything else.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, is it first?
This is a big
Yeah, oil first.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
I'd like to maintain my concentration and do another.
Okay, so if we're doing your first, then you're in the virtual world.
Yep.
You've opened the door. So this is what happens. You open the door, and as you step out, it's like a fun house. You see thousands of you opening the doors. Oh, no. Stepping out at the same time. Oh, my God. And you're looking at yourself with the little bit like shocked expression looking back. You're almost certain that these aren't different versions of you, that this is like a mirror, because you've been tapping into essentially what you're realizing, Oya, is that this too, just like the moon, is starting to become a shatter point in reality because too much of the Callisto energy is forming here. This is a quick gateway. However, because of all the energy that's been pulsating through this room, the moment you step through and are looking out into the darkness, you can see in front of you landscape that looks very familiar. This barren landscape. The last time you saw it was when you were on the moon. It doesn't look like it's inhabited by anybody, but you remember what it was like moving through this? How moving was not moving and yet was? There's a familiarity, there's a closeness to your destination. You've essentially opened the door to the coordinates. Anton is near. You can sense him. You can lock onto it. You know that he's nearby.
Okay. I want to juice that sense of him being nearby by maintaining the find the hidden.
Okay.
So I'll do that again
To sort of
just to see if I
locate and open the door
Yeah.
kind of thing?
Yeah, just keep
All right.
trying to trace him to find him.
You're at the moment, you can, so essentially what's happened here is you've locked on. You
I have
found, yes, you've locked on.
Oh.
Think of it like this. You found the room that he's in, you're on the other side of the door. Even though there's no visible space.
Got it.
You just need to be able to channel and somehow focus the
Oh.
Callisto energy.
I put my thumb up.
And Moonlight goes, now? Oh, signs to you now.
I can't.
grabs your hand, and on Moonlight's, if you guys are cool with Moonlight taking her action,
Yeah. Take it.
grabs her hand and throws her hand up towards the gateway, and an explosion of Callisto energy immediately begins to emit as Moonlight begins to absorb all the ambient Callisto energy that's been pulsing out, stops, and starts going right into her. And you see the radiance in its raw form being channeled out of her into these two prongs. And this split in reality begins to slowly form. The creature known as Kylan is watching this, and you see confusion fall on his face as he stares at Moonlight. And he cocks his head to the side, and you see all of his focus suddenly go to her. Like he forgets about all of you, like he has just seen something he is hungry for.
Crap.
And you hear the words come out of his mouth, "My child, look what you have become. I don't need a gateway at all. I just need
We're her family, fucker. Stay the hell away.
It's y'all's action. He takes a step forward. Next round, he's going to be dashing towards her. You can already see him start his run.
Was that the end?
That's the I think that's the end of me and Moonlight. Our action.
That's me, and I just watched what he did to Duke. I just watched what he did to you, and now he's coming for Moonlight. And I saw the thumbs up, so I'm dropping the circle.
Circles goes down.
Pick the wrong face, asshole.
Fly right at him.
Launch into the air.
Okay.
Try to take his goddamn block off. And
This is the last round. The difficulty is 10, I believe.
Yep.
this is
Because I
the...
gave y'all 3 rounds.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
3 rounds.
Oh,
I don't
three
know how many it's
turns
been.
within the round. Got it. Oh, dang.
No. It should be 3 full rounds.
3 rounds.
Oh, okay. All
So I
right.
think this is the last round. His
Whatever.
difficulty is 10.
I'm gonna scream, I shocked him on the right side to enable others.
Thank you.
And that
No, so the difficulty to be attacked by him is 10. Oh, so technically the difficulty to hit him is 11.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to hit him
But
is
now
11.
10.
It's now 10.
Yeah.
It goes down to 7 because I finally respect. It goes down to 5 with 3 levels of effort. And it goes down to 2 when I spend 3 more levels of effort, which is 6 points out of there.
Knock him out.
What did I just say, 2?
2.
All right, 6 or better. I'm nervous. And I'm using bash, so it costs 1 more point.
Okay.
Okay, I needed a 6 and I got a 10, and I used bash, which means it takes away from my damage. So instead of 17, it is 16 points of damage, and he is dazed, which makes everything 1 more difficult for his next round.
He's probably been hit.
I lunge at him, just with the force of how badly I need to buy this time, and how much I hate the goddamn smirk on his face, and how much I hate everything he has done to my friends and to this city. And it turns out Corporate LA has a face, and I can punch it.
Nice. All right. So dazed, if I remember correctly,
It just makes
+1 difficulty to all tasks.
Yeah.
So, the meaty smack of your fist across his face. Cass, this is the first time you've hit something that didn't go flying backwards after you hit it. You impact and he takes the hit, but you see him blink through it. I need you to make a defense roll. However, difficulty is normally 10, but you dazed him, so it's 9.
Okay, so it's 9. I finally specialized in speed defense, and I have my dex bonus. So 10 goes to 9, 9 goes to 6. I'm gonna pay for some effort to take that down, and I can do a max of 5 levels of effort. I only have 2 edge. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Minus 2 is 9, so it costs 9 to do this, which is maybe not wise, but I don't want that effect. So I just took the 6 to a 1. That might have been unnecessary, but I'm too late. Oh, thank God, I got a 4. All right.
The daze clearly had an effect. He swings his fist, and a heavy swing. You can just hear the whooshing of the wind as he swings past you. This is all happening in seconds. Who's going next?
Hops is up next in our order.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hops, as you get back to your feet, you can feel this tingling sensation all throughout your body.
Okay. Did I hear or see Moonlight say it's Vunkos at all? Or did I... am I aware of
no,
that?
because
Whoops.
Moonlight signed it to me.
Right.
Yeah. So I tried signing it to Oya, realized
Right.
Oya was in the VR, signed it to Sam's character, and then realized that was a nice recovery there. Did you see that? Sam's character.
I did.
Not Sam.
Slight retcon.
Yeah.
I think I just talked as if I knew that, but I
did say
That's fine.
that's not him, though.
Okay.
So you can
Wrong
operate
face.
under
Oh, it's all
that.
good. Okay.
Is that,
keep going.
That's fine.
Can we just assume that I think we kind of figured it out? I'm assuming.
If you want to. You already know that.
He's not Kylan Kraus.
Let me
You
put
know
it this
that.
way. You would have probably figured it out because you already know that Vunkos has the ability to manipulate the Callisto energy source,
Right.
and you felt it get manipulated in you when he punched you.
That's true.
So-
Okay. This is it. This is. I'm pissed. Okay. All right. I'm going to initiate my tier 5 ability right now,
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
and shit is about to go down.
Tell me what you do.
Yeah. I'm going to get my staff, use it to get up, and put everything in, I'm gonna start saying like marshmallow, but then I'm gonna be like, nope, that's not good enough. And I'm gonna think about my father and just constantly say, I am the storm, I am the storm, I am the storm. And my tier 5 ability gives me electrical flight. So I'm going to turn into a crackling aura of electricity that is going to send me up into the air. And I'm going to immediately go at him and attack everything I got, full electricity
You're
at
flying
him.
at him? Make your attack.
I know it's gonna be, it's +1 level of effort because I'm impaired, but I think it's a level 9 now, right? Because of what you did to him? Because
he's level 9 now.
Yeah.
To hit him is level 9.
Great.
He's dazed.
Thank you. Great.
Dazed.
So level
Cass dazed
9,
him.
That's easy for Hop.
8, 7, 6 because it's shock, 5 because it's wreck, 4, 3 because it's a staff, and it's attack roll, so 2, level 2, and 1 free level of effort, so level 1.
All right.
Which I got. I'm just gonna be like
How much damage is that?
15.
15.
Yeah.
He's
Plus, but I'm gonna look really cool doing it, because I am now. I went full storm, and I can fly now. All the jumping.
make a defense check.
Oh shit.
Difficulty is 9.
Yeah, it is 9, 8, 7, 6, and then I don't remember.
Defense roll reduced by 2.
4.
Okay. I can never make those anyway. It's fine. I can never make
I'm gonna
those
go
anyway.
down to.
Wait.
Sorry, it's a lot of math.
No, it's all right.
Is that right?
All right, so make your check.
12, 11, 10, 9.
You brought it down to 9?
No, I brought it. No, I brought it down to 4.
4. So you need a 12 or better. Make your roll.
Oh, maybe I should lower it.
50-50 chance.
I'm
Roughly.
gonna do a level 3.
Yes, good woman.
All right.
You got this.
9 or better.
My last reroll. Go again.
Thank you.
Last sacrifices her last reroll.
18.
18.
And because of that, I'm gonna seize opportunity and get an immediate action and attack him again.
Okay.
And my attack is reduced by 1.
Okay.
So that means
so
9,
difficulty 8.
8, and then so I don't have to roll because
Okay,
7,
so you just
6,
hit him?
5, 4,
Another 15.
3. Yeah.
All right. Hobbs, you are laying the damage on this guy.
I might be out for a while, guys.
Popping and sizzling sounds as electricity just flies through the air. You see this fine suit that he was wearing is being scorched off of his body, and underneath you're starting to see the skin get exposed. Burn marks all over. Doesn't look particularly phased, except for still slightly dazed. And you see a little bit of saliva drizzle out of the side of his mouth as he looks up at you with a smile. His hair's all messed up. His glasses have been smashed in, and he's still looking at you through all this broken glass. Doesn't say anything though as he comes back up, and
I'm
you
still
see
flying
his
though. I
muscle
still look
twitches.
badass as hell.
Very impressive. He finally blurts out as you're hovering up in the air, just electricity. Who's next?
Luma.
I guess it's me.
You got this. You got this. You got this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
no.
It.
Oh no, you guys.
What?
Oh no, what?
Guess what?
What?
Uh-oh.
That's where we have to leave off for the game today.
No.
Believe it or not.
Really?
That is where we have to pause. Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
No.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to pause there in mid-combat as we come up onto your action, Luma. You leave off. I know. We got into it today. This was a big one. So we've got Moonlight channeling the Callisto energy to open a portal. We've got the possessed form of Kylan Kraus, who's Lunkoss attacking all of you. Next episode will be our finale.
I've got a plan.
Whatever happens, it's for all the chips. Next episode.
I got a plan, y'all. These two are so exhausted. But I'm scared as shit.
I need
We have to-
I need
we
that
have
10 patch real bad.
We got to pop out of here pretty fast because we ran up against the line. Thank you
Okay.
so much for joining us tonight as we set up our big finale next week. Stay tuned for the season 3 finale of Callisto 6. Until then, everybody, stay whimsical.
Stay alive.